everything that I just like spent all this time on. Can you just like get it together, please?
I'll argue it is all by the way. I think the camera is on there.
Alright, is that... I gotta move this. No, the camera needs to be moved back. Okay. And I'm going to make this bigger while we're talking. Okay. And you have the thing up there? We're very professional.
Yep.
So, can everyone hear us and everything? Can you put the chat up so I can see it? Alright, so first off, these lights are not CGI. This is an actual light bulb. So, don't say we never do nothing for you. See? Check it out.
The first spectacular event.
You can see my cool tat. So I'm going to wait a little bit to see who's going to show up because I'm going to go over the schedule in just a second. Also, I'm going to post in, or Mike will post in Discord so that it doesn't broadcast it to the screen that we have started. And there he goes. I feel like we should have some music or something. Add. Can they hear us okay?
I
Can I
think the
just
audience
like
come
add
through.
music in the background here? They get a copyright strike. Okay, I'm gonna add audio from, I'm gonna add this one. Are they hearing that?
I'm not hearing it yet. Oh, there it goes.
Okay. Oh, isn't that pretty?
Is that a loop? Okay.
Yeah, it's on loop. Is it loud? Is it too loud?
And that's good.
Okay. Back to the chat, please.
I can hear dog snores.
Oh, great. I'm gonna kick my dogs out. Alright. Come on, out. Get out. Go, go, go. Alright, I kicked the vehicle out. The corgi's still in here, but he's not that noisy. All right, let's get started. So first, just like some housekeeping things, we're gonna do polls. Then we're gonna do the best boy contest. Then we're gonna do the edgy fan theory generator. Then we're gonna do the key giveaway, and then we're going to do a stream/AMA. Where one of us is going to play the game, which I don't know which one. I guess you can vote on that.
Or we can switch off.
And there's like a loose time schedule, but I don't super care about sticking to it. So that's roughly what the order of things are. Okay, so the way to enter the polls and to add things to the polls, if you want to add options, is you can go to the Discord and go into the audience participation channel that I just added, and you can, and now the Beagle one's back in. So you can add, there's some of the polls you can add questions to them, some of them are like not objective, so you can't add to them, but the ones you can add are in there, and then the current poll that we're talking about will also be in there to vote on as we're voting on it. Okay, so we're going to start with that.
As those get added, I'll copy them in, and we'll get those into our...
Sorry guys, my Beagle won't stop unless I let her back in.
Every time we do anything related to video or streaming, she's a nightmare to manage.
She will start howling if we don't let her in here with us, because she's dependent. Okay. Can you put the chat in one window and the Discord in that window so we can look at them both? Alright, we're going to start with a hardball, if you want to enter it. So the first question, the first poll question, is what is the coyote's one true name? Very contentious issue. The music is a wee bit loud. Okay. No, you post it in the Discord. How's the music now? So in the current question thread?
There it is.
Yeah. You can talk. You're on camera.
Yeah, a lot of threads to manage.
No, don't. You're posting the poll in there, not a link to this.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Technical difficulties with the human brain.
Okay, so they're in here, in the spreadsheet. Go to the spreadsheet. Just copy that out as the question.
Yeah.
And then copy those as the selections.
Yep, now I got it. Okay. Getting myself sorted out here.
So /poll. Yeah, you got it. And I'm gonna open the chat online because whoop, Sandy.
I see. Okay.
You guys want to see the dog? She's terrible. Where is she? Come here. You're trouble. Here she is. She doesn't like to be picked up, but I don't like her snoring, so that's that. No options to pick.
All right, I'm gonna get the next one here.
The coyote's true name is nothing. You don't need to say choice A, B. You don't need to do that.
Okay.
Do you want me to take over?
No, I got it. I just need to.
It's just quotations. We'll get it, you guys.
Yeah,
This is giving us a chance to get everybody logged in and settled in.
Yeah, this is all me.
Yeah, just like that with the quotations around it. Okay, so you have to put quotations around the question. You have to put quotations around the question. And then you have to put quotations around all the answers.
With just spaces?
Yeah.
There
we got it. Okay.
Okay, this is showing just how much I know about Discord. So this is a learning process for everyone, especially me. Okay. All right, I prefer.
How's the music volume now? I happen to know that this one's public domain because it's in the game and I checked that thoroughly. So that's what's on. Got it. Okay. So current poll. So I'm going to show this here. Display capture. Turn off background. Discord. Okay. Sandy is going to be the one true name if other people don't vote. Let's see. Oh, our faces are still in the way, isn't it? Isn't it? Here, I'll move this over like this. And then it's on the side here. So, fun story about the party bulb is that I found it in a free box and it was broken, and I fixed it in our hotel room.
Most of the best things that we have are found.
I fixed it in the hotel room, and because I have a little multi-tool on my keys, so I was able to fix it, and then we put it in the hotel lamp and almost left it there, but it, it gave a party radius to that area, so.
We could not leave it there. We had to take it with.
No, it's one of us now. We only turn it on like once every few years, but, gotta have a party every few years.
We spend a lot more time working on our game than we do partying, but still sometimes.
We're too old to party. COVID really put the damper on any partying that's going to be happening up in here. Also, we're on the bookend sides of 30, so. And I'm 90 years old on the inside. Alright, so. Gonna move on from that in a second. And turn the background back on. And take a peek at this. Gucci music.
Gucci music.
Oh, thanks. It's a guitar version of a public domain song. Okay. So If you guys want to vote, do it. You have to join the Discord server. There's a link in the description to the video. And surprising nobody, I think Sandy is the winner of the coyote name.
Although I know there's at least one more Discord user.
There's some adamant folks in there who are going to names like Puck or even Jack.
I know there's one.
I know there's a Jack lover.
There's a Jack person out there.
But you know, democracy demands action. All right, so we'll move on to the next question. The next question is, what is your favorite added at the last minute feature? Meaning, I had nothing else to do and they were easy enough for me to program, or were very art reliant. So while I was waiting for Mike to have time to program the more difficult things, I programmed those. So question is coming down in a second here. That's a preview of the question. And deleted.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so that poll is open. You may not know that some of those are last minute things. So the B-Box was a last minute addition because I felt like the, whoops, wrong window. Because I felt like the map needed more interactivity, and I also thought that there needed to be a farmable stamina item for people who didn't want to do the guardian fights, because we see a lot of people like scream and run away from the guardian fights and like just by default just be scared of them and not want to do them. So that's why that was added.
Yeah, I think we found the B boxes pretty successful, but I won't say anything else about it to influence the unfolding democracy here.
The hugging Shane on demand too was like a last minute thing too, because I don't know, people seem to like it on social media.
Yeah, we had it in the game for certain cutscenes, and we thought, what would it be like if we added that as like a standalone action you could take?
And also, like, Shane needed a morale pick me up. He's a sad dude.
But he can get better.
With your help. It's a pledge drive now.
Let's drive to help Shane.
Yeah. All right. So still the one vote. So it's hugging Shane. So let's move on to the next one. Which is going to be posted. Who's the most interesting side character?
And we had one write-in for this one.
Yeah. Surprising no one, it was Sandy. I feel like we should have streamed at the beginning. We could, but we're halfway through these. Maybe we can move the features questions to the end.
Yeah. Yeah, we're wondering if we could do a little streaming that lets some more people trickle in.
Mm-hmm. Early yet on the Pacific Ocean, on the west coast.
Should we do that now, or should we finish?
Let's just finish these ones, and then we can move the other ones to the end.
Okay.
You guys see my smooth move? Okay. Actually, let's move them to the end. Yeah.
All right, we're going to be nimble, and we're going to do a little streaming now to give more people a little time to trickle in. it's tough to pick a time to do these when some of our top fans are far away from us. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just. Do you want to play?
Sure, I could.
Okay, we have
that.
to switch seats then.
Okay. All right. Action time.
Ah. So I already have it open on Steam.
So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to try to not kick this table anymore and knock everything over.
Yeah,
And
he already did that.
It's a top skill of mine. Knocking into things. So I'm going to do a little streaming.
Wait, you have to make sure that you have the
OBS.
yeah. Like you have to turn the background image off.
Yes. Okay.
And you have to turn the background track off.
Yes.
So go to, yeah, turn that off there.
Maybe
Did you turn it off? Just close the program.
Okay, I paused it. Let's close it. Okay, so it looks like it is. Just wait a second to make sure it's coming up there.
Just play it. It's
Okay.
just capturing your whole screen.
That's what I thought. Okay, so I think I'll start a new game. I don't know what kind of continue game is on this machine here.
Out of focus. Hello.
Challenge on Callahan, and I'll do no tutorial since I sort of know how to play the game already. Might say I've gone through it a couple times already. Wondering what interesting challenge I could do for the stream, since you've seen a stream before.
If you wanted to play it in the IDE, you could skip to like chapter 2 or something.
What if I'll try to do like a mad speed run?
Okay.
That's what I'll do.
You're gonna break all the time.
What timing?
Like the sorry, the feedback on the listening to the stream is like really confusing me, so I'm gonna take these off.
So I'll have Shane water crops, and I'm going to go be a ragamuffin, and I'm going to go run up the butte. So my goal, I'm going to try to defeat.
Mem challenge, read everything in funny voices.
Read everything in funny voices?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I will, funny voices. Maybe I'll give funny voices to the Fae. Maybe that's what I'll do.
To the Fae?
Yeah. When we encounter them.
Try not to click so hard.
Okay.
Because you're vibrating the camera, and also it's going to be noisy.
Okay. First, I'm going to hang out with some bees.
Why are you going so fast?
I'll slow down. Yeah, it depends on the definition of speed run. Yeah, I'll play through the...
Shake my head, cop out, Mike. That's you.
Cop out?
Yeah, because you're not doing the voices.
Okay, I have to get some voices. Alright, here. I'm going to give Sandy a voice. Hello. You're that human from down by the stream with the den made of sticks.
It's not funny.
It's not funny?
To be like, you're that human from down by
Okay,
the
let's see.
street.
Oh, I know.
Like funny.
I know a voice I'll do. Oh, have we met? We fought.
We fought.
What? It was a small fight. I took some food from you, and you did something strange with a mushroom. Oh, well, I guess you're angry with me then. No, I'm not angry. If you tried to take my food from my den, I would snap at you. Ah, this is why I like animals. Hee hee. How is it that you made the mushroom come out and sprout all that stinging dust? For those who are watching, Elle and I have watched a TV show recently with a kind of cartoonish British voice character, so I'm trying to do that.
There's a character who like speaks with an outrageously like Cockney British accent and like just has one-liners for everything. So we've been like being like, oh, instead of good morning, walk out and be like, well, isn't this a pretty picture?
Yeah. Oi, very useful. You can fight from far away. That's right. If I run close enough to hit him with the Spore Blast, I can run away right after and not even get hurt. Fighting tips. A big advantage. Coyotes must come close to bite. I'm not very good with accents, so I'm going to just do my best. You'll have to forgive me. Well, don't take our food and you won't have to. Yes, you're too dangerous, it seems.
Ain't it?
Great, then we can be friends. What's your name? Name? Yeah, it's a sound that helps you tell someone apart from everyone else. We coyotes know each other by smell. Ah, this is Hamlet all over again.
That's Mike's favorite line. I don't know.
This is one of my favorite lines of the game. It's just, it shows Anya's richness and the fact that she has such a rich inner life and a long history. She has a long past that you, the player, are not privy to, and you have to extrapolate that, and I like that a lot.
But this is like just living together. It's like he'll think something I said is really, really funny, and I just don't know why.
Elle's a funny person. You never know. So if I chose anything other than Sandy, I think like a thunderbolt will come down right now, given I know a certain someone is watching. So Sandy it is, and Sandy's my favorite name. Sandy, because you're kind of dirty, so now you have a name. And you have a smell. Score some blue
Apparently
hearts.
we're also streaming on Steam, because you got a little notification that said someone has joined your public broadcast.
Oh.
So we might have some people on Steam as well. Hi, if you're on Steam. I don't know how you got here, but welcome.
Yeah, hi. If you're on Steam, we don't have a chat window open or anything to chat with you.
Yeah, you have to come onto YouTube if you want to say anything.
Come join us on YouTube, or you can find us on Discord.
Because we set up the streaming for the Steam Fest, and it was very complicated, and I turned a bunch of things on that I thought I turned off, but welcome.
So now, I'm going to do a little pro move. Whoops. Oh.
Wow, fangirl. Aloha. Aloha, wow, fangirl. Welcome to Party Bulb stream time.
I said this is going to be some pro moves, but it may not be so pro.
There's nothing more, Anya, than nonchalantly picking berries while you're being attacked by a spirit monster.
Oh wow, I thought I could talk to those bees, but I'm getting messed up. So, hey kids, don't be like me. Don't think you can do cool things.
This is why Shane doesn't want you to leave the homestead.
Yep, down to 10 health.
You act a fool.
Down to 10 health, and I tried to get a bees, tried to get that limestone. I just, man, oh man. Hey Shane, I've had a day.
Hey, brother.
Let me soften him up with a hug first. Oh, hey, bro. So, about life. Anya, what happened? You look awful. Go inside, get some sleep. You're going to need a lot of rest and food to regain your strength. No, you won't even talk to me. Well, brother, I'll tell you all about it some other time. For now, I'm going to make a mortal pestle out of some rocks.
So we added the thing where they can't talk to you if you're all messed up. But, so it's like, I guess that was kind of a game decision, but it would be like people would be hitting on Anya or whatever, or making jokes when she was like inches from death as she is now. So that's why that's in there.
Yeah, I need to get my health up before Shane will have very much to do with me. Yeah, that was not the best. I've usually done a much better job with that before. Guess we'll go talk to Hamlet. Come on, you big freak.
I'm just doing party parrot because I'm in this light.
I
Actually, it's more like that. It's more like party parrot.
was so proud when I got Party Hamlet and I added it to Discord, and then I realized Discord says I'm not cool enough. And I need to be like a high-level Discord user. Someone boosted our service like once or twice, but then it runs out apparently, so that's a bummer. It's like those games that make you lose your exp over time.
Or like when the relationships deteriorate when you don't talk to them every day.
Have her honey for its safe new home. Humans have stopped big raiders. Many
But do
blooms.
a funny voice.
Well, for the bees, I was thinking of a funny voice. Many blooms, little flying near stream.
Try to do an Australian accent.
Oh, that's gonna be like like undiscernible from my other.
Your Billy Butcher accent.
Yeah, Billy Butcher. Queen home, and then name is.
Do New Zealand accent.
Oh, I can't even.
Queen, how, Queen, how,
Wait,
message, how,
message.
message.
My only point of
Frank
reference is like
It's
Flight of the Conchords, so
yeah.
I apologize to everyone in the world
Who's from New Zealand?
who's from New Zealand. This is like not okay.
Fun fact, Mike used to have a Queen's accent when he was younger.
Yeah.
But he intentionally got rid of it when he moved to Oregon because he didn't want to stand out.
Yep. And now I'm down to 4 stamina. I need to get a hair.
Well, Fangirl, they're both Irish because they're siblings. So.
Hi, Hamlet. Green and yellow human is here again. Hunting well? Many kills, flyers and runners. Very good. All ready to make eggs? Where's your mate? I need a funnier voice than that. Man, I'm not good at...
Do you like an owl voice? Like a squawky owl voice? What'd you just unplug?
No, I just moved something.
Oh.
Mate hunts now. Where is your mate? I told you, Hamlet. No mate now. Squawk. Very bad. Green and yellow human is alone. I'm not alone. Sibling. Bigger yellow and green human. Siblings are for nestlings. Must have mate to make eggs. Find a mate. Find a mate. Many male humans to the south.
Hamlet's other name is Mrs. Doubtfire.
Who needs an overbearing grandmother to pester you about a husband when you have an owl to do it? That's another like total Anya line. If any human has ever uttered those sentences in the history of all of humankind, I don't know.
Well, we've seen streamers utter that. When
Well,
they
but
read it off the screen.
before this game, I think this is adding to the rich history of all humanity. Hamlet, you seen big prey? Too big for you, but good for me. Big meat running around between here and your home. Oh, thanks. I'll go get it. All right. I gotta start by tracking my prey. 12 stamina, 10 health. Anya's having a rough day, but she's gonna prove to the world just how tough she is. Where's that sneaky Hamlet? Sneaky rabbit.
Sneaky hams. Oh yeah, it's not Hamlet, it's the rabbit.
Gotcha. Alright. And now, for all you viewers out there, you're about to see a little secret. On some of the random rooms, you may find one of these suspicious looking rocks.
Pro tip.
Now I just got a pelt out of that. Picking up dandelions in the open desert. Butcher this hare carcass. Make some lime. Shing has 82 stamina. I'm not working him hard enough.
Because you only have like 9 plants.
Sign chores. Go gather some building materials or something. That's for me. Let's see. I need more rocks to get to a chimney. I need one more pelt. I'm gonna have to just sleep it off.
Sleep it off.
Got myself up to a rough first day.
Hello, Paul McKenna. Welcome. Anya's talking to rocks and owls. I think she might be on the shrooms. You know, the desert is vast and boring, and she's a young adult in the cusp of exploration, so I will neither confirm nor deny that she is in fact taking the shrooms.
Alright, Alan, what else do you have to say to me? Green and yellow human is here again. Hungry, need to hunt. This is pretty much, I think, how our beagle talks to us. Sad eyes, hungry, need food. Long ears, fast meat, big, too big for claws. I saw it. Where? Between the butte and your home, long-eared runner. Thanks, Hamlet. Green and yellow human, eating get bigger, small for a human. All right, Hamlet the owl, telling me how to live.
She's bossy.
I would like to imagine what kind of shenanigans Anya got up to in order to sort of befriend Hamlet in the first place. I like to think that Anya actually helped Hamlet out in a jam at some point, and that's how like the friendship began.
Or with a bowl of jam.
Ooh. Come on, you big... Alright, there we go. Now, a nice, delicious John Carpenter snack.
Who's WoW Fangirl? Who is Brian Blessed? I do not know who that is, but I'll put in your request with the boss when I find out.
Brian Blessed?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Whenever I see Butte, I just go, but. That's our gift to you.
Yep. Alright, Shane, you are just... You've got to do something here.
I think in the normal rules of pronunciation in English, it should be boot. Because the E makes the first vowel hard.
Ooh,
But I think it's French. It's a French origin word. English is a mess. It's just 3 small languages in a trench coat.
It's like 12 languages in a trench coat. Oh, now if I eat these berries, it'll put me just up to satiation. Now I'll get a little extra boost. Okay. Looking a little better thanks to that John Carpenter snack of Monster Heart. Stewed Monster Heart.
That's our beagle snoring. She won't let us kick her out of the room.
If we kick her out of the room,
she'll start howling.
She'll
She's
scratch
the
at the
worst.
door for hours. She'll nonstop. She has nothing else in her mind.
Hey, it's a conversation starter for workplace and other Zoom meetings.
We've infected her with love. That we've like tricked her into loving us. My hair. Whammo. Now, whenever I'm out in the woods, I'm kind of skulking around looking for hares.
Well, we have rabbits around here, but that's not the same thing.
That's true. I don't have enough stamina to go up there. But now, with my health is looking a lot better, Shane will talk to me now. And I can make a blanket. Okay, I was hoping for a little faster speed run. Usually I don't botch that first battle. For blanket time.
Oh yeah, I also think that technically, while we're streaming, it's also supposed to be an AMA. So, if you got questions, you know,
Yeah.
ask them.
We're anything about the history of the game, the development, any questions about the in-game things you might have. Shane's stamina's nice and low. He's working hard. Okay, so slept a good 15 hours. Woof.
Brian Blessed has a big, booming British voice. We were doing a disgusting impression of a British accent earlier, based on a cartoonish character.
Now it's time to talk to Shane. Shane, you wouldn't believe what I saw out on the butte. What? Should I give Shane a silly voice? I don't want to like make a silly voice for everyone. Maybe just the NPCs.
No, Mim will kill you if you make him have a silly voice.
Yeah.
So have him make a sexy voice.
What did you say?
Wait, not
no, wait. Oh yeah, hold on. That's not gonna work. Okay. Yeah. See, it was this creature. It was kind of a boar and kind of like a wolf, but it was magical. It had no head. Isn't that wild? Anyway, it came at me and it attacked you. Well, don't worry. Anya, maybe you should stay on the homestead from now on. That's crazy, Shane. I'm not staying on the homestead. Anya, there's only so much food here, and it wasn't even that big. I don't want you out there if there's something like that roaming around. Well, I don't want to sit around watching the potatoes grow.
They're demanding a sexy voice for Shane, even though he's talking to his sister.
Well, okay.
Also, they're having a fight, you guys. Sort of.
Shane can sexily stare.
Glowers sexily.
Glower.
Sexily.
Glower. If you had it your way, we would just sit in the house until we starved. Father always told you to stay close. Well, Dad's not here anymore. He's never even seen this homestead. His advice isn't any good here. You can't talk to his spirit? See what he has to say? I was never able to find him. You know that. God dang it. Just promise me you'll be careful around those things.
Censorship.
I don't know what YouTube's policies are. I don't know exactly all of our audience. I'll just do a little light censorship.
There's F-bombs in here. But...
Well, don't just assume you'll be fine. I promise I'll be careful, and I'll come get you if I need you.
Why did we choose Irish immigrants in this time period for the main characters? Well, partially because the game is about survival in general, and like one of the things you need to survive in America and in other places too is like sort of being on the bottom of the social hierarchy. And at this time period, the Irish were like second-class citizens, and many Catholics as well, so Italians as well. And what was the question? And time period. We picked this time period because we wanted it to be the isolation factor to be still valid, but like modern enough to have the characters be relatable. And why Irish was the one I picked is because I am part Irish, and I wanted her to have druid powers because those are cool. Which is also my justification for why the Fae are horned, because I like it as a concept.
We wanted to give an outsider perspective on this sort of Western, quote-unquote, Western world.
Yeah. So I grew up around here. My family grew up in the high desert. And there's like a narrative around like the Wild West that is like really, really false, and media perpetuated about like it sort of being the super like John Wayne American male sphere, but it really wasn't historically, and there's like a lot of immigration stories to it, because everyone who is a Native American is an immigrant to the United States, but especially around here. Sexy voice. Normal Irish sibling interaction usually involves violence of some sort. So they're doing well. Yeah. I do have like dialogue for like a mealtime mechanic that we want to add where they talk about when they were younger and like they used to fight more physically when they were little.
Yeah,
Anya was a biter.
As you go through the game, you do learn a lot of their past, both as individuals and as a family unit, and so there's a lot of backstory that unfolds as you go through the game. Oh, hello again. Greetings, fragrant human.
Greetings.
Not too fragrant, I hope. I definitely imagine Anya using, like, rubbing some pine needles up in there, just getting a really ratty bath once a month.
Well, Victorians had like a dish and a pitcher, and they just heat water and do it in the pitcher, and they'll like spot bathe mostly. So they do. They actually have that on the Mom's Bureau as a set item.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fragrances, odors, they are good things. Anya's not convinced of how odorous she ought to be, and how this coyote is telling her that of her odorous levels. You're going up, yes? I was going to, yeah. There are round rocks there. If there was a big impact nearby, they will roll down. This might kill something beneath. Really? Maybe they'll kill an elk or something there. And you'll share the meat, since I told you about the rocks? Okay, if I kill an elk, by rolling a boulder on it, I will share some of the meat with you. Very good.
Trivia fact, Sandy was added entirely to add combat instruction.
So now we're going to go see what is up here. And holy crap.
Also, if she's climbing with that huge-ass dress with an entire other outfit under the dress, yeah, she's going to be a little gnarly under there.
What the hell? That one is huge. Anya, get out of here. I'll hold it off. What? Don't be stupid. Let's fight it together. Anya, this isn't a game. Shut up. Here it comes.
This track is sick. I didn't write it, but we licensed it, and every time I hear it, I'm like sick. Even though I've heard it like hundreds of times, like debugging.
Yeah.
Like this track is sick.
It slaps, as some people say.
It slaps.
Come on, follow me.
Sandy was added because he's the only valid competition for Best Boy with Shane. Mike's sexy voice is like a bad dub for a cool guy in a 90s anime.
That's, you know what? I'm kind of realizing that.
Tetsuo! Canada!
Yeah, definitely kind of like a knockoff Spike Spiegel or something.
Oh, they didn't do Spike too badly. It wasn't too bad.
Alright, Shane. You're fine, we're fine. Yes, we won. I knew we could do it. Anya, are you okay? Are you hurt?
Canada! Are you okay?
Hey, look at me. Are you hurt?
What's your power level? Is it over 9,000?
9,000 power level. Yeah, I need... I should have planned out... look, I'm not someone who takes improv classes. I don't have sexy voices on demand. Oh, Jesus, I should have never let you out here on your own. What was I thinking? What are those things? I don't know, Shane. Will you calm down? We beat it. Barely, and because I happen to be here. What about when you were alone? Too much?
Where's that picture that somebody edited with him with sunglasses? I feel like that needs to be his portrait for that.
Meow! Then I'll run away. Why do you worry so much all the time? Because... Alright, I guess I'll stick to it.
Please say Cowabunga in Shane's voice.
Cowabunga, dudes! Because, Anya, someone has to, and it's certainly not going to be you. Why don't you ever worry? Well, maybe we can switch in a few minutes, and then Elle can deliver a different sexy voice.
Oh, okay.
Is that what we should do? We can switch off every so often? Because it's not like it ever helped before. Mother and father still died, and you still yell at me no matter what I do. So it doesn't matter, does it? Anya, you can't really believe that nothing you do matters.
I can't unhear it now. I can't unhear the 90s.
As I was starting, I was kind of like Yeah, I realized I settled on something that I've heard before. And
if you ever watch Homestar Runner and they have the like anime parody, you sound like Stinko Man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what other sexy voices there are. I guess that's just a sexy voice to me, like a cool.
I'm learning something new about my husband.
A cool.
What he thinks is sexy.
A cool anime guy. You don't. I mean, I'll just finish this out.
Okay.
You don't believe that, do you? The person has some control. Like it's like the voice you do, like just as you're gonna do a one-liner and you turn away and you walk away, because you have to do stuff to survive, and that matters to me, Anya. That you survive. You're all I have left. Well, now we can see what's beyond that gate and see where those monsters are coming from. Alright, bro. This one's for you. There you go. Oh, you're not sad anymore, right?
All better.
You're all better. You're a man. It's fine.
You don't have feelings.
Man in the desert? Come on. What feelings? They haven't invented those yet.
During the game, will you be able to switch between Shane and Anya? Our next big update is going to be playable Shane, and because he is not magic and is neurotypical, he can go into town. And so his gameplay, his like autonomous gameplay will revolve more around the town and like relationships in the town, and it will focus more on the historical side. So like her world is more magical and his world is more like town and historical focus.
It's going to be a pretty different experience, so we're really excited to bring that in, where it's not going to be an entirely separate game, but it will be a very different experience for playing through again. Do you want to switch now?
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so I don't know what sexy voice Elle's going to come up with.
I'll do a sexy voice for Shane, I guess. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what.
Am I still in the shot? You gotta check the thing, and then we'll maybe stream for like another 20 minutes, and then do the best boy.
Yeah, that sounds.
You guys
good.
Getting a good shot of my tat. Whoa! What is that over there? Castle of some sort. Mine's like a female porn voice. Oh, you can see it. I wonder why you... Wait! Anya! What was that? Fairy noises intensify. Good day, Minister! Oh dear, Commander, I must keep top of mind that your Legionnaire agents have not yet learned the language of their new homeland. I suppose translation magic is in order. My apologies for straining your abilities. You see, in our homeland, translation magic is easily mastered by children. So it's difficult to remember that even adults in Zabania struggle so during the short period when a new princess arrives. I trust you have managed to locate a child of the crown to step into her liege's responsibilities, since her schedule, unfortunately, seems to not permit the fulfillment of her crucial border security duties. To my dismay and surprise, it seems that the royal children are so occupied with the affairs of such a modest nation that I had to seek the eighth in line. I see. Well, fortunately, Prince Lon is most accommodating of clumsy etiquette, so you have ample leeway in this interaction, so you may learn proper courtly manners. Anya, oh, sexy. What was I doing for him? Female porn voice?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's coming out as.
He's talking to his sister. Okay. Anya, are you awake? Are you okay? Yes, are you okay? And I do the voice acting for Anya, so I can just do anything, and it's technically her. Yeah. Did you see what happened? Where are we? In some kind of room? Can you see all this? No, I can see it. Everything looks like it's from some other country. What's with these weird chairs? Did you hear that fancy argument out there? Some kind of prince is coming? Hey. Hey. You're the voice actor for this guy. You could just read it.
Should it be Sexy Lon?
He doesn't need a sexy voice to be Sexy Lon.
Oh my. Minister Commander, my apologies. Minister Commander, my apologies for the wait.
Alucard.
Yeah, this is Alucard's voice, so everyone just get ready for that.
Most gracious, Your Highness. I forgot what I was doing for it. Most gracious, Your Highness. But I must ask to accept my apologies for the need for you to attend to my colleagues' responsibilities. I'm just gonna do one, I guess. Am I to understand that the intruders are humans? Okay, he's Alucard now. I don't remember what I was doing for each of them, so he's Alucard now.
That is correct, Your Majesty.
How is it they were able to enter the gate? That is not known to my office, Your Highness. It is now the responsibility of the new princess and her agents.
I assure you, we are working tirelessly to discover the breach.
Very well, but as you are new to the court, Commander, I must warn you, the Queen is not a patient monarch. Let us not keep the humans longer than we must. Cue dog noises. Fine, knock it off. Come on. Alright, well. Oh my, they are very pale for humans. We didn't hurt them, did we? No, sire. Our scouts have brought in word that there's a whole village of them like that. More every day. A whole village like this? Excuse me, sir, but we're Irish. We're supposed to look like this. Oh. Heh. I'm not sure what Irish is, but I'm glad you're well. Oh well, that's probably for the best. Some people don't like the Irish. Well, I don't see anything disagreeable about you, aside from the small issue of your trespassing. I am Prince Lon, 9th heir of Her Highness Queen Daneth of the Zebania Fey Nation. What?
Hey, but back up. Leave her alone.
Oh my, you must be frightened. Please be at ease. We won't harm you. My brother is angry and a porn star that we were attacked at the gate.
You can see the gate?
Yes. Ah, I see. You have arcane eyes. You must be a... Oh, how does one refer to a magical human? A shaman? Are you going to tell me what the chats say?
Lon flirting from the get-go. Yeah, Lon does not waste a minute.
I don't think he knows he's flirting.
So that's just how he is.
He's just like, oh, I am going to be assigned a wife, so... Oh, I wouldn't really say that. If only people were excited about my abilities in that way. Well, I certainly am. A magical human is quite the rarity. Tell me, are your abilities that of a fully fledged fae, or... Excuse me, but...
Excuse me, but are those creatures yours?
Mims,
They've been attacking us.
Mims says, Ellis, the Chippendale callback. Yeah, the Chippendale, that is some deep lore in this game.
Yeah. That's... Deep lore is Shane's stripper name.
Ooh, actually, that's pretty good.
The Guardians? I doubt very much that, unless you've been provoking a fae, or I suppose, bursting into a realm uninvited.
They've been attacking us since before that.
A fae would need to will that. We have a treaty with the humans, and our laws strictly forbid interference of that nature. A treaty? Like with the town? Well, not with your new albino town. The agreements were established with the migratory humans over a century ago.
What? So we don't count, and you're attacking us?
I must apologize for correcting you, but it's very unlikely that they were guardians. Maybe they were some other type of spirit? Humans often anger nymphs with all their traps and spearfishing. Was the attack near a stream, or...
No! And it's been happening all over. And they have 4 legs.
Then perhaps your sister is somehow summoning them? A human with fae abilities typically has a fae ancestor.
That doesn't make any sense. They attacked her too.
Well, I can see that you're upset. This is Lons. May I offer you a gift card with customer service?
Yeah, manager moment here.
I'm not upset. I'm not upset. Just tell us how we can stop those attacks. I'm sorry I can't be of more assistance, but I'm afraid I can't tell you why you were attacked. So I'll just let you be on your way. By road decree, you are pardoned for trespassing and Fey interference. You should... Wait, did you say I have a Fey ancestor? Well, I don't know for sure, but I've read that the Umatilla humans trace their shamans back to some ancestral union with the Fey. Sire, you're needed elsewhere. Oh yes, of course. Sadly, I must take my leave of you. But I also must inform you that you must not come back into our realm. But wait, can you tell me more about my lineage? I've never met a fairy before. Both of you, please go ahead and prepare. I'll be there presently, after I see the humans out. Yes, Your Highness. I don't remember what I was doing for him.
We've got stream highlights. Shane has a canon stripper name, and Shane being such a Karen. I mean...
Maybe his stripper name is the Karen, and like it's, I don't know.
I could see, yeah. Shane, no. Accept the gift card. No, I think Shane, he thinks he wants blood on his hands, but he doesn't really. I think deep down he does actually want the gift card.
He threatens a lot more than he actually does, so maybe he is a Karen.
But then again, most Karens are not actually for real tied up.
Packing. Or done.
Yeah, or tied up.
I don't think he has his gun here. I don't think they would have left his gun on him.
Yep, no, he's got nothing but his two fists.
He's just got nothing but angry eyebrows. Your Highness, I've heard it said that the commander's home court hunts humans for sport or to demonstrate border security, which would be advantageous to the princess in her new role. To avoid an incident, perhaps it is best we accompany them. I appreciate your concern, Minister, and I thank you for this information. I will keep this in mind as I am escorting them. Very well, Your Majesty.
Shane only accepts the gift card if he gets 3 and a free ride home.
Come now, let us continue this conversation a little more conducive. I sometimes take leisure here in the human realm on the western side of the butte in the afternoons. It is not Zabania territory, so I would, by a certain interpretation of the law, be free to talk with you there. Although you must not come back through this gate, I do hope to speak with you again. Yeah, hot hand-holding action.
There it is.
What is your name? Anya Callahan. An absolute pleasure to make your acquaintance. Nice to meet you as well. Staring, meaningful staring.
Red hearts.
Oh, and you, sir. What shall I call you? Just Callahan. You want to let go of my sister?
Also one of my absolute favorite lines.
His name is Shane Callahan. Is what that woman said true? Some Fae hunt humans for sport? Oh dear, do not be troubled by that. That is strictly illegal in our country and has been for hundreds of years. But there's a bunch of new fairies in there who aren't from your country. Even still, they are bound by our laws and customs, so you have nothing to fear. But they could if they were sneaky about it. I'm not sure that really happens abroad, Shane Callahan. I believe those notions to be simple, xenophobic rumors. Now we really must attend to the Minister and Commander. Until we meet again, Anya Callahan. A fateful meeting. Woo! How about that, bro? Oh, this is dialogue I'm gonna skip. If you don't like it, you can play the game yourself. Wow, that was sure a lot, bro. Let's hug it out. Okay. What time is it? Should we switch to the next activity?
It's 11:03.
11:03. Okay. How does chat feel? You want to keep watching me do bad voices, or do you want to move to like the best boy contest?
Chad, that's a question for all of you. Should we keep streaming for a bit? Are you enjoying listening to our sexy voices and our ridiculous jokes?
Sexy.
A sexy voice.
Yes. That's not it. You only picked half the bear. Oh, you were being chased by
I was being chased, and
demon.
I thought, yeah, no, I've done that before where I would economize a little better and could do like a really good first day. I kind of botched it. That battle did not go as well.
Ooh, free rabbit.
Mim says, best boy, best boy.
Best boy.
Best boy, best boy.
Best boy. Okay.
First.
Let me kill this free rabbit. Shane, don't fuck this up for me. Oh, you missed. You stupid bitch boy.
Oh,
I
he nailed
got
it.
it. All right.
That was
Sorry,
it.
bro. You're not a bitch boy.
Yeah, give him a hug after that. Jeez.
All right. Sorry, I called you bitch boy. Hug.
It's a crack shot, and that's the thanks he gets.
Yeah.
Dinner on the table. SMH.
These characters are dear to my heart. That's why I call them bitch boy.
Also, I'll just say this once as a quick aside. If we had 100 subscribers on YouTube, we would be able to do some of these polls and stuff in YouTube, and it would be like a lot easier for us.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt.
So if anyone could throw a subscribe on our channel, anyone who's watching and having a good time, that would help us out, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. So, do you see this little icon at the top? It says 11. I don't know where those people are. I guess Steam. Hi, if you're watching us on Steam. If you want to participate in anything, you have to join the Discord. There are links in the Veil of Dust Steam page. I don't actually know if anyone is watching from here, but...
you can find us on YouTube as well. We're live streaming through YouTube right now.
Contrary to what a lot of people think, Mike and I didn't do a lot of gamey stuff. Like, we never had Discord accounts before this. And like, didn't really do streams or anything. So we are tech workers, so we know how to program, but like, there's some like video game meta culture that we had to learn. Even though we both played video games our entire lives.
Yeah, I mean, we've both been playing since we were little kids.
Yeah.
We're just really creative people, like Elle's drawn comics. I've done music projects.
We're really creative people.
Well, Elle's drawn comics. I've done music projects. We've done some startup stuff before, so we constantly have some projects on our plate. We've made board games. This has been the first time we made a PC game, so we've had to kind of learn a few of the current cultural expectations around it, which has been fun.
So we're gonna move on to the Best Boy contest.
Yes. Oh, and Mim wants me to give you a grumpy look. I'm gonna do a Shane style grumpy look. Here's mine.
Wait, you're supposed to do it at me.
I know.
I'm so hurt.
Yeah, don't call Shane
a bitch boy.
Bitch boy.
Okay, sorry. Okay. So I'm just gonna quit this out and go back here and turn this on really quick while we're looking at this. All right. So
now, for everyone who's on our YouTube channel, over on our Discord, we have a series of polls, and we'd love for you.
We're gonna do Best Boy, not polls.
Oh yes.
Best Boy. Okay. So if you don't know what this is, essentially we had people write in little arguments about why somebody was the best boy. And so now we're going to read those, and then you can vote on, based on those rock solid arguments that will shake the halls of the philosophy schools for eras to come, who is the definitive best boy.
These are grounded in facts. They've been fact checked. We've got citations. We've got, Ibid is all over here, so get ready.
And they've come from the hearts of people.
Just like Anya takes the monster hearts.
Okay. We're going to start with Lon because he got the most entries. And I drew little pictures. I drew little sketches for this. Okay. First up, The Baron of Blushing, the Sultan of Simping, everybody's favorite tiefling ripoff, Prince Lon.
I'm a lover, not a fighter, I assume.
Alright. First one is submitted by XC. And they say, I think Lon rocks because I've just read a book about elves that are magical, and and the bigger their horns are, the more magical power they can use. And Anya is magical, so she can learn so much about herself when being with him, and his fashion. It's so clear that his culture is different and suits her even more. It does feel like the more adventurous and passionate type of rep for her, so I'm here for it. Alright, another one for Lon. Light spoilers. Do you want to read this one?
Sure.
Oh, and we said we were going to do it dramatic, so do it more dramatic than I just did it.
Okay. Submitted by Anonymous. Here's an anonymous submission for Lon.
Light spoilers.
Light spoilers. So, if you don't want to hear them. Dramatic. Okay, thunderclap. Clouds rolling in the distance. The ground shakes beneath your feet.
Oh, wait, unfocus the camera. Oops.
The magic is pulsing in the air. You can feel the pressure like ozone. I would say that Lon is best boy because his arc requires so much more growth than the others, at least with the limited exposure we've had to Arthur. He took a real leap of faith to be with the girl he loves, and it took a form of bravery that can be harder than doing something actiony. The will to overcome a poor self-image and try to see yourself the way people that love you do. He's also pretty. LOL!
LOL! Okay. Next up, another one for Lon. Submitted by Jonathan Strauss 1S. I'm not going to do it dramatic, sorry. It's very long. I would have to nominate Lon as my favorite character, one who speaks to me in profound ways. Rather impressive for a fictional video game character with tropes that don't particularly cater to my straight male demographic. And yet, I'm another unconventional convert swayed by his magical charm. As a fellow misfit in society that similarly fetishizes sociopathic ladder climbing, Lon is the anti-hustler I can get behind. He's born into a relatively high status as one of the royal family's sons, but rejects the backstabby fey Game of Thrones to increase his outward respectability material standing. He strives to cultivate a beautiful interlife through his books and discreet outings in human Oregon, ironically coming to a richer understanding about his world and others beyond that his siblings vie to dominate. Though undeniably a bit of a wallflower, like yours truly, pensive but passive Lon reveals a hidden but relatable selfless strength in his love. Despite being one of the least antisocial beings, in part because of it, he's also in a way one of the world's biggest outcasts, as neither fey nobility nor mankind's rugged individual Wild West spirit have much patience for Lon's contemplative spirit, leaving his best possible life dependent on the albeit loving Callahans. In that sense, he's an excellent tragic character. Seemingly meek, Lon thus ironically leaves one of the most indelible marks on me, as the type of character who rarely gets his time in the sun in any genre of PC game, let alone have an arc that focuses on him to develop his own resilience as he grows a metaphorical pair, while allowing him to keep that which makes him distinctly lovable.
Wow, that is a glowing
endorsement of Lon.
Glowing endorsement of Lon. That's going to be tough to match.
All right, last up is Shane and Mim. Who would you like to read it, Mike or me?
Yep, Mim, this one's you. You let me know. Let us know in the chat.
Best boy, but Mike gives them each a unique, sexy voice. Heck. Okay, go, Mike.
All right. Why Shane is best boy. The definitive argument in synopsis. LG sound effects.
Oh, I forgot to put up the other picture.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll get that.
Shane. Okay. Shane Callahan. If I win this stupid thing, will these other assholes leave my sister alone?
Where's the intro for him?
It's right there. Oh, right
there's
there.
another intro.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, we're not officially started him yet.
WrestleMania intro. Oh, God. So many for Lon. Scroll. Yeah. There it is.
Last but not least.
Oh, wait. He's not last.
He's not last.
Next
All
up.
right. A man the game forces you all to know and love. He's big. He's blonde. He's cranky. Shane Callahan. All right. So I will read it, and Elle, you'll do some kind of sound effects. Hi, Ultimate Doge.
Hey, Ultima Doge. Nice seeing you.
Good to see you again. I remember our good chats about Inomine and other cool things. All right. Dishonor on your faceless bull demon. All right. So Elle's going to do some sound effects. Why Sheen is best boy. The definitive argument in synopsis. I was told to curtail myself, so here I am, and I am right. Number 1. Shane is always there. He exists in function and point without romance, whereas other boys are optional. Shane is never an option. Shane is the only one who has always been there for Anya, and always will, and despite their misgivings, will always be there for her. Shane is a potential main character, so we will always know more about him than we do any other boy.
That's a sound effect.
We learn about Shane as a person, not as a romance interest, so what we know, we see of him as genuine, given he does not have to put on airs in an attempt to woo us.
Bum bum.
That is just mechanical reasoning for why Shane is best boy. In context as an interest for Mim, and for all other players. Number 1. Shane has demonstrated an understanding and appreciation of different cultures, logics, and you don't need to be a supernatural fairy spotter in order to gain potential affinity with him.
Decorations.
Shane demonstrates throughout the story that he is more than the time period stereotype of a man.
Despite this picture on the screen.
He may originally be deemed to be. He learns and he grows, and this makes him a better potential partner. Shane is educated, strong, already has dad jokes for days, handsome, protective, a gentleman, and easy to fluster. Number 4, Irish accent. Can't go wrong with that. Number 5, good
He was
singer.
born in Illinois. I don't know if he has an Irish accent.
For Mim, he has an Irish accent.
In Mim's dream.
Number 6, I mean, this is, shit, who can compete with this one? Can build you a whole house in 3 days.
Wait, you missed one.
Wait, I thought I said it.
Good singer.
Number 5, good singer. That is a skill to have before.
That is hot. I agree.
Especially before YouTube and, dubstep or whatever. You can't just Google some music, I
want to hear Irish folk music in dubstep.
Well, that should be for the DLC. Fire Emblem fans know how dubstep comes into a game like this. Number 6, can build you a whole house in 3 days with some rock powder and 10 trees. I mean, that is some Oregon know-how.
Yeah.
You've got to be.
Yeah, everyone in Oregon knows how to do that. Though.
There is this organization called Outdoor School. Oregonians do get actual outdoor education, so it's not surprising that he would learn.
In 3rd grade for a week you go to outdoor school in Oregon.
Yep. And Elle's aunt, who lived and grew up in exactly this area, not far from there,
In Idaho,
cooked and ate a rattlesnake when she was 6 years old.
with her brother.
With her brother,
Who was 10.
So a 6-year-old and a 10-year-old.
And they made a fire.
See a rattlesnake. They kill it. They make a fire. They cook it and they eat it. I mean, if that isn't some actual grit, I could not have invented that myself. Number 7, back to the list. Number 7, freckles.
I agree.
Yep. What are you going to say about that? There's one reason why he isn't best boy. I wasn't expecting this. Number 1, he's already married to me, Mim, confirmed by Debs. Mike officiated the wedding, and Elle cried.
I did cry. It was an ugly cry.
Ugly cry? You don't have an ugly cry.
Yeah, I do. When my little fictional child gets married.
Well, it was beautiful though. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
he and Mim are just such a good pair. In all honesty though, we learned far more about Shane than we do Lon, and likely will Arthur. Shade doesn't have to pretend to be perfect for us, since we learn about him through the eyes of a sibling. Thereby, any shortcomings we see are going to be as bad as it can be, and those shortcomings are demonstrated to be overprotectiveness. In ye old days, when your sister can get herself witch-hunted, valid. Pig-headedness, which he grows past and learns how to work through it in the game. And personal insecurity, which literally everyone has. He's awesome, he's kind, he's generous, helpful, protective, funny, and skills stand alone without some pedigree or fanciness. He's an awesome, normal guy, and that's the point. Shane, best boy.
Alright. A very thorough entry.
That was a serious entry.
And next up is Arthur. Let me put his little picky on.
I was going to read the announcement.
Yeah, I am doing it. My hands are sweaty then I can't swipe. Next up, all the way from British Columbia, the hoser, the poser, the diagram composer. It's Arthur Everdell.
You can read this one.
Okay. So in a equivalent ploy to having your dad take you to prom, Mike had to write this because nobody entered one.
Oh, I wasn't sure if that was going to be anonymous or not. All right.
It's not anonymous. We're all about honesty here. Yeah, and Lon got 3 and he didn't get any. So. Anyway, sorry, Arthur. Arthur, what makes a best boy? Throughout all of history, people have debated the merits of the word best. The ancient Greeks used the concept of kyros, or idealized youth. Many of their statues were meant to represent a generalized ideal, not a particular individual. Their ideals were brave and strong, like Heracles, and indeed their greatest heroes, such as Alexander, were trained in the arts of soldiery, as well as mathematics, rhetoric, and philosophy. It is from these ancient origins that we gain what our society might call a scholar elite, someone who excels in both physical and mental endeavors. And thus, Arthur enters the ring. Arthur struck out on his own, leaving the comfortable confines of his wealthy family in order to rough it out in the desert. Why? Because he is in pursuit of not only academic achievements, but of personal excellence. The art of training and building one's own character seems largely lost on our modern generations. But not so for Arthur. He is committed to training and strengthening both his mind and body. And when you're in the market for a life partner, you need someone who has neural agility as well as physical durability. Life is hard, and you never know what it will throw at you. Also, he has the gentlemanly sensibilities which manifest as paltry ripples in today's world, all while having an open mind about the uniqueness and exceptionalism that a woman such as Anya can hold. Plenty of guys will tell you that their ideal date includes a walk on the beach, but will those guys pick up a piece of shell or a scrap of seaweed and use it to invite you into a thrilling discussion on the nature of the origins of the world and our place within it? You might be a light. Your mind will be alight when you're with Arthur, and then you can use his great muscles and gallantry to carry you down the beach because he's strong as heck. Arthur is strong, intelligent, gallant, and he applies himself vigorously. Arthur is best boy.
And we have a new entry.
Ah, okay, last minute.
Last minute entry for Sandy.
Oh.
So, what's that?
Okay, I'll allow it.
Last minute entry for Sandy. Should I read it off?
Yeah.
Sandy. Floofy tail, good boy, good ears, helped you kill an elk with a boulder, 20 out of 10. That is a high score. 20 out of 10.
20 out of 10, that is an unprecedented score.
Unprecedented, 200%. Like, you know, maybe you can get some extra credit in school. You get like A plus or like 103, 108.
Although Arthur does not skip leg day.
Climbing those.
He's just doing like step ups. Did y'all have to do those in school? Step ups on the steps. He's just doing those on the butte steps all day. All right.
So there is Sandy's entry.
Let's just vote in the YouTube chat because Discord is making me do the Shane face right now.
Why is that? I can do it.
A plus. Well, because it's, I don't know, whatever you want.
All right, I will make a real quick poll.
Okay, he's going to make the poll in Discord. And based on those arguments, we will finally find out once and for all who is the best boy. My handwriting is so bad with the tablet. I don't know why. Also, I don't really handwrite anything anymore. I type everything except for this.
Okay, the poll is up on the Discord. Current poll question.
Oh, can I vote? I want to vote.
Yeah, everyone, I'll vote too. Let's see, can I like link to this? Copy message link. Maybe I'll just, if anyone... Yeah, I can do that. I just posted a link in the YouTube. If anyone needs just like a quick way to get to the Discord poll, and so we can vote on who is the true best boy. Mim, you keep misspelling Sandy. Excuse you. Well, you're making me win either way. There are many different ways. I think there are many different ways to both spell and pronounce Sandy.
Sandy can't write or read, and oh goodness, and was abruptly given that name by a dirty girl in the
a dirty girl
in the desert. So
now, yeah, let's see. Sometimes I like to joke about merch, and I would think that since Sandy doesn't know himself by a name, but only by a smell. So could there be like a musk item?
like a perfume.
Like a perfume.
But then you're describing the smell when you say Sandy.
So it could be something like, you know, Desert Nights by Sandy. It'll be like a little
Not by Sandy. It's the smell. Like it smells like a wet coyote in the bottle.
I saw that.
Well, you didn't vote.
Well, I was gonna abstain from the vote.
Well, you're whatever. Stop having ethics.
All right. Well, Elle snuck an answer over here
Because you didn't answer. Okay, so polling. Oh no, the vote's split.
It's a close one. Maybe we can let that simmer for
Oh,
a
I
few
had
minutes.
another one on there that you didn't add. That was just like, gosh, they're all winners. You
Oh.
didn't add it.
Should I still add it?
Yeah.
Wait, can I?
No, you have to do a new one.
Oh. Bollocks!
Bullets. Isn't this a pretty picture?
Should I really make a new one?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I think we should keep it like people have to make a choice.
Well, I would have voted gosh, they all win if it was in there because, you know, I like them for different reasons. And I also know what happens with all of them.
That's why it's a biased response from you. So it's Lon and Sandy is neck and neck right now. We're going to have to just wait. We'll have to wait to see if a tiebreaker emerges.
Maybe we'll take a look at that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we can leave that there for a little bit. Let some more votes trickle in.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to see what's next on the docket with my sweaty hands. Oh, edgy fan theory generator.
This one's going to be fun, you guys.
Okay, so this takes a little bit of explanation. And I have to set up the broadcast thing. Is this gonna show? Yeah. Okay. So basically, we're just gonna hit this button. I'm pointing at the screen. You can't see that, but I am. Is that showing up on the broadcast? It's not linked. It's not like tied to. Yeah, you're seeing it.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys can add to this in a second if you want, but I'm just gonna show you how it works first. So you just hit this button. And we get a edgy theory. And this edgy theory is, what if Arthur's beard was responsible for the death of Harambe the gorilla 156 years later. And so, what if that, first of all?
I mean, that beard could be responsible. Yeah, I think we should just, like, let's figure this one out.
Yeah, like how did it
So
happen?
I think that beard would, maybe that's the thing that attracts him and Anya together.
And like their child, their descendant was the one who fell in the...
Or, just total butterfly effect. Maybe the descendant is the one that invented zoos.
Maybe the descendant is Harambe.
Wow, now that's
edgy.
That is an edgy fan theory. You've heard it from her first.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's just how that works essentially. So we're just gonna go through that, but how it works is like you just have like a subject of the sentence. What if subject of the sentence was, and then rest of the sentence. So if you guys think of any, throw them up in the chat and we'll add them. But we're just going to go through some of these. What if the general problem of toxic masculinity was not so much evil as just kind of irritating? What if, Mike?
What if? I mean, evil is a very relative term, and so is irritating. So
I don't actually believe in I don't believe evil is a real thing.
I don't believe irritating is a real thing.
Irritating?
Yeah.
But look who your dogs are.
With enough toxic masculinity, I can overpower any kind of irritation. I could just, power through it. That's one theory. That's just a piece of edgy fan theory. Edgy generator, rather.
What if Princess Torin was an unintentional game bug, but they decided to keep it? What if?
Princess Torin may seem to play an integral role in the story and
like have character art.
But graphics can get like messed up in all sorts of ways, and that could have just been, it
was just a glitched out lawn sprite.
It was just a glitched out sprite, and then like some text got pasted in there by accident.
Just on accident.
And we saw it and just thought, you know what? Let's just this is actually working. Let's just. What if Anya was secretly just high the whole time?
We can take the secretly just high the whole time and add it, if you want.
All right, yeah, let's add it in. But maybe we should debate that. And not
it's got to come up in the thing.
Has to use the generator? Okay.
Yeah. What if Arthur's lack of tree climbing ability was not bad at communicating?
So
he wasn't very forthcoming about the fact he couldn't climb the tree.
That's true. Now, we can speculate as to the reasons or effectiveness for his motives, why he was not sharing that information. But
because he didn't want to admit it. He doesn't want to come off as a Nancy poof.
Admitting things in any context is hard, especially when you're trying to get your flirt on in the middle of the desert to some ragamuffin girl you just met.
Yeah.
Admitting is like, that's not on your top 20 things you're going to be doing. Verbs to be doing, admitting is way down there.
It's on the bottom.
It's on the bottom.
All right.
Wow, Fangirl says, are you admitting to your game characters being self-aware?
Oh yeah, we don't control them. They just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
I mean, they kind of just sprung out of existence,
What if Shane could see the Fae the whole time, but was just annoying Anya, and the lie went on too long? He's in too deep. Well, what was his stripper name? Deep Lore. Of course he's in too deep. He's Deep Lore.
He's Deep Lore.
What if the Callahan stick shanty was just two small fairies in a trench coat?
I mean, I could see Anya having arranged that and then being like, here you go, Shane, we got to...
It's just an illusion.
It's just an illusion.
So they're like sleeping under the trench coat, or...
Oh, yeah. And then the hole in their roof is where...
Is the neck hole.
Is the neck hole. So it's just a big trench coat being held up by some like pixie magic.
What if Prince Lon was the 1860s version of a hipster? I mean, isn't he?
I guess. I mean, the word hipster has become very overused.
It's true.
The
word hipster in itself is a historic term at this point.
1860s. Actually, the word was macaroni.
No, wasn't it fop?
There was fop. Okay, macaroni was like a little bit before.
Macaroni was a discriminatory toward the Italians, though.
But you know, there's like the song like Yankee Doodle, how to think, and call him macaroni.
Yeah.
It was an insult because it was like.
I know, but it was based on the perceived foppishness of the Italians. Here's a joke about Italians that I can tell because I'm married to one.
I don't know what she's gonna say. So, you know, I don't know if we're gonna. I didn't read the YouTube, you know, use of terms of agreement that carefully. You know.
No, now I'm forgetting exactly how it goes. But it's like, why couldn't an Italian man be a vampire? Because he couldn't wear a cross, eat garlic, or look in the mirror.
Yeah. Well, vampires are cool and Italians are cool, and hey, macaroni, just whatever, like with stylishness. So we've got some we've got some fan items here. Mm-hmm. I think my
just read them.
My proposal: we read them and we treat them as if they're coming up on here.
Okay, sure.
So, what if Hamlet was actually Anya and Shane's grandmother in animal form, watching over the continued legacy of the Callahans? Would explain the nagging of Anya finding a mate. That is a cool fan theory. That Hamlet was their grandmother in animal form. I mean, Anya did just find Hamlet in the desert, but
yeah,
you know what? A wise magical ancestor could easily have orchestrated that.
I think just the spirit of nagging has come through the geographic miles and years to come and possess Hamlet to bother Anya about reproducing. And
it shows how deep evolutionarily that goes. Hamlet's not even a mammal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We got to go all the way back to like chordates, you know, proto-mammals.
Amoebas be reproducing. It's just part of life.
But I like the theory. I like the theory that I'm going to think about that because that's an edgy theory. I haven't heard that one before.
What if corn was in the game, like in the promo picture? I put corn in there because it was the easiest recognizable vegetable at a very small size because the capsule images like size down really fast, and I was like, corn's not even in the game, but but like no one's gonna notice. But like there you go. What if mom is the horse? Well, what if?
That was a very reticent answer.
Your face is reticent. All right.
So let's see. Paul McKenna, Giovanni, lol. Giovanni.
I don't think that's a theory. All right. Let's use the one on the screen. What if Shane's anxiety was undermining Shane's confidence on purpose? That is just what is in the game. So we'll go on to the next one.
Just quick aside. We definitely are going to be adding, you know, more crops as the game continues to develop and unfold. We have a lot of ideas for that.
Yeah.
We need to. I want the game to have quick aside. I want the game to have interesting decisions and not just have, you know, 30 different crops just for the sake of it. So if we're gonna add corn, I want it to like solve a problem, be different and interesting enough where it'll have different recipes. It will give you different stat ratios and like different boosts and things like that. So that's why at the moment this is not tons of crops, but there will be
we also
more.
wanted to get like what we thought was like different and valuable about the game out there, and then like expand based on what people wanted to see more of. So we weren't spending a lot of time developing things that like people didn't care about. So because it is just the two of us, and it's, you know, it is like not a full-time effort. So we wanted to make sure that we were like hitting the important things. And to us, that was like how our game is different than other farm sim games is just like sort of the general tone, the fact that the story is a little more involved and like the characters are a little more in depth than sort of like your I'm the town doctor, I'm serious, that's it. And I say this as a longtime fan of farm sims, but so we really wanted to get that part out and like sort of expand based on what people liked. So you know, the playable Shane is coming, the rest of the romance story arcs are coming, but then other features around that is like we really want to like hear what people are liking. So if it's more survival stuff, or if it's more like stuff you can add to the homestead, or if it's more like upgrading your house or like decorating your house. Like we want to hear those things.
And we're going to be having some polls coming up a little bit soon to ask more questions.
All right. Next 3. What if the general problem of toxic masculinity was a device to undermine the traditional narrative structure? What if?
A lot of words. A lot of words. Let's see. Let me reread that because that's a lot. Well, anything can be a device in a narrative structure. And traditional narrative structures could include or exclude toxic masculinity, although it's acknowledging it as such is a relatively new thing. So that probably is. Traditional narrative structures may not. Well, maybe they would include,
a lot of them do rely on that, though.
They would feature it, but maybe even before it was named.
Well, I mean the whole like literature idea of like what are the main conflicts? It's like man versus nature, man versus self. Like, those are all very like combative, right? Like, so if you watch like a Miyazaki film, if you watch like Kiki's Delivery Service, the conflict is just like burnout, which is like, how do you categorize that? I guess that would be in the self category, but you know, a lot of narratives are very like combative.
That's true. Yeah, they all have verses in them.
Right, next.
Ma'am, I do see your comments about what you want, and hang on to those comments because we're going to have some polls coming up, which, for real, we want to hear what people want. So we're going to be taking action on prioritizing based on those, so hang on to those comments.
What if Hamlet was a railroad tycoon?
You know, the 1860s was a turbulent and tumultuous time, and this was a time where, you know, the old aristocracies were out and social mores were changing and, you know, poor people rising to the top and immigrants hustling. And why not?
Why not Hamlet?
Why not have an owl be a railroad tycoon?
It's the kind of story that I would elevate as a rags to riches story to, like, motivate the worker class.
This fits squarely into, you're sort of like rags to riches Americana. This is just an inspirational
story.
Except
in real life, Hamlet would be, like, born into a rich family and have had a, like, investment of, like, $1 million to start, but they wouldn't talk about that part.
But Hamlet didn't start with any money. Maybe Hamlet had really feathered
Maybe Hamlet had a nest egg.
Oh, come on. No. Oh, wow. Yep, I think that just happened. I think Hamlet was given a little nest egg and began to... Yep, well, now it's canon somewhere behind the scenes.
What if the ground sloth was just 2 small fairies in a trench coat? They couldn't be that small. That thing was huge.
I mean, small is relative, and a fairy can change their, you know, size, maybe. So maybe they were 2 small fairies and they transformed into a big thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mim says, I kind of want your guys' opinion on Tin Star later. Let me go wrap myself a reminder.
I don't know what Tin Star is.
Yeah, I have to Google that. Because, like I said, like we said, we're kind of spending a lot of our time in this and not really playing a lot of other games these days.
What if Princess Torn was mistaken for a girl? Don't Google it. We're busy.
Just wanted to peek. Well,
she is a girl.
Female, I don't know.
What if the desert town of Legrand was really the main character?
Well, if you think about a setting, if you think about an environment, how that seeps into all people and persons who are in that area.
You know how they do the like fan comics of all the video games and different things and like shows and whatever, where they like stuff in a bunch of plot, like the Jason horror films, they like added all this like and it was his mom all along, like in the fan comics. Like, no, really, they did. And so, like, to me, that would be like, oh, it's an anthology of like revolving around Legrand, and like the Callahan siblings would just be like background characters. They'd be like one story in it, and then there'd be like the story of so and so going to buy nails at the general store.
Well, there you have it. The Desert Town of Legrand is a central character. What if the Callahan stick shanty was undermining Shane's confidence on purpose?
It is undermining his confidence because he thinks he's supposed to be providing shelter, and that thing is like not providing a lot of shelter.
Yep. I mean, is it doing on purpose? this gets to the question of the nature of intent, and this is almost like I feel like I'm thinking of Kierkegaard right now in terms of intent and will and drive and like what drives people to do things. And so what, is that just the nature of the Stick Shack, or does it have will that it is imposing on Shane?
Well, I went to Shintoism, where like many things have spirits, because it would have to have some sort of consciousness to do something on purpose. So like maybe the bitch boy all along was the stick shanty.
Well, this is a good one. I think we're gonna have to. Let's see. My question is, man says, my question is, how long have they been in the house with the knowledge Shane could build the entire town up in like a month solo? Man needs to get a job already. He'd make it. Well, ma'am, that's true. Shane apparently has some pretty extraordinary skills, but
yeah,
I don't know if
he also has depression, ma'am.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough balance.
You gotta let him have his time.
He does have a job. He can go to town.
He does have a job. He's a stripper.
He does have a job. He can go to town and earn some money. We don't get into detail precisely what he does. Yeah. Let's see. Wow, fangirl. What if Sandy and Hamlet are actually the reincarnated souls of Anya and Shane's parents?
You'd think they'd interact more. Maybe they were distant. They had like the Catholic thing where they want to get a divorce, but they don't.
Oh, that's sad. That's not...
on the other sides of the desert.
No, that's too much. That's too much.
Shane is not depressed with his lovely wife, Memorand. Because then he has someone to dance for. Using his 90s anime voice or female porn star voice. Your choice.
Yeah, I mean, if there were some quotes in here, maybe they can get read out by one of these sexy voices.
Mm-hmm. All right. What if the desert town of Legrand was finally prescribed Ritalin? Oh, bonus points if you can guess who the last part of the sentence after was actually, who it actually matches with, or what the beginning part it actually matches with. So, this one's an easy one. You guys can do it. What do you think? What if?
I think we're talking about the bees.
Not the bees. What if starvation was distantly related to George Washington? I mean, everything's kind of related to everything in a way.
I mean, George Washington, I'm sure, had some lean years, you know?
He didn't have teeth, so...
Wow, Fangirl also says, to further my theory, what if Sandy and Hamlet don't know they are the reincarnation?
What?
It gets deeper.
Just like Shane.
No, I you know what? I like this. I think that Sandy and Hamlet, Anya's got some pretty unique relationships with them. Mm-hmm. And it isn't known to me or even Elle how many friends Anya has out in the desert, Mm-hmm. We just...
I don't know shit.
Damn. A little more than that, but...
What is this? Veil of Dust? What is that?
Are you okay? Hello?
Oh, I just had a stroke.
Oh, no!
What if the desert town of Legrand was a device to undermine the traditional narrative structure?
Well, narrative structures tend to have places.
New petition. New name for Sandy. Dad.
Dad.
Actually, we played a
Rune Factory, like 3 or 4.
The one where you play the child of the main character in the second half, and we got a Minotaur as the child and named it Daddy, and we were like, "Now you can never escape, Daddy.
Yeah,
you can never leave me."
We'd tame one of those giant Minotaur bull demons, then we'd go in the barn every day and brush it and be like, "Daddy,
now you're trapped." This, of course, was before people started using that as a sex term, so.
I don't know if it was before that.
That was before. That was before we knew. That
was not. Yeah, that was not our intention. It was just like.
It was like he's trapped.
He'll be my new dad. You can just get the grooming brush. You can never leave now.
What if Shane's terrible puns were in cahoots with the U.S. government? The weapons grade puns there. With
weapon
the
grade.
Yeah.
The goal might be to sap people's will to live.
Yeah.
might be to just grind them down and just make them feel like just drained and hopeless.
The funny thing about puns is, because I do puns all the time.
Sometimes they're brutal.
And like the funny thing about puns is people say they don't like them, but they do like them. Because they laugh when you say them and they go, ah, and then they invite you to come over again. So they didn't hate them that much.
It's like a roundabout form of consent. Like if you laugh and then you invite you over again, like I guess, but if no means no, I don't know.
But they're laughing. I mean, I guess I told you puns and you asked me to marry you, so I guess you liked it.
Yeah, it's true, but
Okay.
Now you're safely chained out. You can never leave again. Shivers. Yeah, and like the kid you're playing, I don't know if you've played this Rune Factory. You're like 6 or 8. You're like
like a little kid.
You're like a little kid. So
Yeah.
you somehow you beat down this Minotaur monster. You made it your captive friend or whatever.
It's like your pet. But it's like that.
It's living in the barn with your chickens and the cow. So it's It was pretty good to bring it to fight, though.
What if Nina was a railroad tycoon? Basically all the same things that apply from Hamlet, except the nest egg joke, because she's not a bird.
Yep. Elle knows, and I know Nina's entire backstory. A lot of saucy things going to happen there. A lot of rich backstory, more character development, but the players of the game currently only get a little glimpse.
Yeah, I'm actually interested to see how people react to Shane's romance candidates, because I think the impression you initially get is not going to be them. We're going to start with one in the same way we did with Anya, and then come back later and add the other two. And so the one that we're going to start with is going to be the one that's the most middle of the line, but Nina is, I think people are going to think that they don't like her, but then for reasons they will. What if Claire was actually not so bad if you really think about it?
If you really think about it. I haven't heard any hard fandom of coming down on poor Clara.
Nina is an iceberg. Yeah. Shane is going to be... That part is, that from the one cutscene, is he's going to be an almost teenage stepdad.
Yep.
I like the addition of that just because there were so many deaths and mixed families in that time period, and sort of again with the farm sim games, it's always the very you get married, you have the child. There's no such thing as remarriage, or it's because the new Rune Factory had somebody who was bazoogas, but you couldn't marry her because she was already married one time. So.
Well, that's the thing about any of the Rune Factory games and other games that I've played that are like that, where it's any woman who looks sexually developed is
or displays any interest in sexuality at all is off limits.
They're off limits. Are you a sexy elf blacksmith with boobs and I don't know,
and sort of hitting on you? Then it's I'm an old lady. I'm I don't care.
Oh, what is she supposed to be in her mid-20s? She's off limits.
Right.
And meanwhile, some of the romance characters are
14.
They look like they have not hit puberty yet, and it's kind of scary. So, this game is. We want to counteract that a little bit, and also, again, bring in the historic element.
Where, just historically, it's you'd as a woman, you'd have to remarry. Sorry.
And the Oregon Trail had a lot of...
Can't own property on your own.
Yeah, Oregon Trail had a lot of tragedy, you know, which you learn about through Shane and Anya, but it came in a lot of different forms, and yet out of that came new ways of living. In some cases, people would remarry and
people remarry today. There's tons of step families and whatever.
Yeah, even more so than in the past. But we want to include that just to show different people's life perspectives.
Somebody who really loves their stepdad is going to be thanks, Veil of Dust, for representing my family.
Yeah, I mean, representation comes in a lot of different ways, and this is just showing people's different life circumstances.
Yeah. Really, I already got this. What if Nina was dropped into a first-person shooter?
Well, I don't remember you added that one. Well, so far we've seen Nina holding a stick and then getting KO'd pretty much.
Yeah, almost instantly.
So, I don't know. Maybe she'd be a background, an NPC, I don't know.
Or like an escort mission.
Escort mission. Mim says, I feel like there's more common to Japanese games than Western games, though. Yeah, I can't...
The virginal 14-year-old thing? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't deny that. And maybe I'm overweighing, like, what I experienced during some of the Rune Factory games. It's tough because I love those games, but they also...
They also kind of gross me out.
Like, there's like 80 or 90% I absolutely love, and then there's like 10 or 20% that's like really bizarre and kind of icky. Yeah. So, maybe I criticize it because there's so much to love, and I feel like that's like one area where it's like there was this disappointment.
It could be that you could have not, and it could have been great. They are great, but just not that part. What if the ground sloth was secretly the photographer at the end?
Now, in terms of edgy fan theories,
pretty edgy.
That would be pretty edgy to have the like the Fae commander or whatever sending in the photographer as a spy to keep tabs on him. Damn. The photographer, doesn't even have a name. You don't even learn.
I don't see his face. That one doesn't really make sense. What if the general problem of toxic masculinity was an unintentional game bug, but they decided to keep it?
Wow. I mean, we wrote some code that was like, be a good man, and then it's like, it just came out like, nope, I'm gonna
be like, issues. My function.
Issues, yeah. Masculinity issues equals 0, and then we look up and it was...
shiz, coming back as like 10.
Oh no, it's got 10 in there.
What if Arthur's lack of tree climbing ability was finally prescribed Ritalin? That's not what you would prescribe for that. That's not the right medicine.
If you took Ritalin for that, maybe you would have some side effects. Side effects may include,
focusing on climbing the tree.
They all go so fast at the end. Like side effects may include. Blah, 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 blah. So maybe one of them is like tree climbing.
It's an off label. Oh, if you don't live in the United States, you don't know about how they advertise medicine like drugs to us on TV. They do. And then they put all the side effects in really fast mumbling at the end.
And some of them include,
include death.
Some of them are like heart attacks, brain damage, or death.
Yeah, it's like, do you have splotchy skin? Well, have this great medicine. Side effects may include death.
And you're like, wait, what was that last part?
Wait, what?
Wait, may include death? Like, I don't think I need
I'll just keep my splotchy skin.
I think I'll just keep my eyebrow hair the way it is. I don't need to get thicker eyebrow hair with.
Eyelashes.
Eyelashes.
That's one that was you get medicated mascara and one of the side effects was blindness.
Are you serious?
Yeah, do you remember? I was showing it to you.
Oh, it's just FML. What? It's just, man.
Low morale is distantly related to George Washington. I think it is, because he started all this mess.
But was it for him? Oh, schmow. What is it, tomorrow the 4th of July? The day after?
Yeah.
I'm going to have some bangers and mash because
he's a he's a crown loyalist.
It's easy to say, I would have fought for blah blah blah, but when things get bad, how many people really pick up their guns and start running through the streets? Some people just want to live their lives.
I would have defected to Cambodia or something.
Cambodia?
Yeah. What if Arthur's beard was undermining Shane's confidence on purpose? He grew that just to fuck with him. Rude.
That is a Chad move.
That also implies that he can grow it in a very short amount of time. He's just I know it's gonna piss that guy off, and just grew it.
What's that internet thing like T stance, power stance?
Yeah, the T posing.
T posing. That's Arthur, and overpower you with my beard, my beardliness. That is intense, man. I mean, that's a pretty edgy fan theory. I don't know. We'd have to think about whether or not Arthur did it on purpose, but it's a good theory. I like it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's we'll move on in a minute here. Welcome to the server, Lord Sanes.
Hi, Lord Sanes. Thanks for joining us.
What if our adoring fan base was a sleeper agent?
Our adoring fan base was a sleeper agent?
Yeah, they never really loved us.
I would never believe that. That is a fan theory that I reject. Our fans would not
Be a
harm us.
sleeper agent.
Or maybe a sleeper agent to like do something nice for us.
No, to like I don't know I don't
they would emerge in our time of need. I know you guys.
What if Shane and Anya's dad was self-aware?
Oh man.
Didn't we already the chat already talked about this? The characters are becoming self-aware, even the dead ones.
Yeah, I mean, if you love a character enough, they come to life, really. So
in your heart.
In your heart. So.
What if that bitchy commander guy was really more lonely than slutty?
Wow, I mean, we don't know too much about him. Between loneliness and sluttiness, I might have to say he was a little more lonely, just given he seems very terse, he seems curt, he seems like he hasn't had any...
Maybe that's slutty for a fae, you don't know.
It just seems like he hasn't had a chance to...
Unwind in a while. He hasn't had a chance to relieve himself of some burdens, you know? He seems just a little uptight, so I think that would maybe go with loneliness. I think he's dating that other, like, administered person. They don't have names.
Commander of the Minister.
Yeah.
You've got to stick around for the DLC to get the whole...
to find the deep backstory on bitchy commander guy.
Maybe he gets his own minigame. Maybe, you know, it's like, maybe he's...
He's repressed, y'all. Yeah, he is. He's uptight. They're all pretty uptight, but because they're, like, in the royal court.
All right, now I'm going to just blurt this out. Wow, Fangirl says, then Shane wouldn't deserve to have his own beard, lol.
Oh,
that
Shane.
makes me think, should playable Shane have an option to grow the beard or not? You could, like, do an action of shaving or not shaving.
Then I have to have, like, 1 million portraits with, like, different levels of shave.
Oh, yeah.
And then it'll be, like, 39 gigabytes, like Dragon Age Inquisition, taking up all the room on my computer.
What's this update I have to download? 300 gigabytes, and it's just like 50,000 portraits of him being in different levels of stubble.
Yeah. What if Princess Torn was just 2 small fairies in a trench coat? They'd have to be really small, because I think she's the shortest character in the game. Like, even shorter than Anya.
Well, maybe that's how the Zebania nation trains up their children. They get 2 children to team up.
We don't have children. We just have 2 half-adults.
They get 2 children to team up and play court politics and do bad things and do all sorts of shenanigans.
They get to consult each other.
That's a pretty good fan theory.
Yeah.
Elle is still mad at Dragon Age Origins.
Yeah, I am. No, I'm mad at Dragon Age 2 because I honestly really hated it. Dragon Age Inquisition had a good story, and I enjoyed the story.
But she definitely complained about... I mean, she had to spend like an hour or 2 uninstalling crap from the computer because it for real took like 40 gigabytes.
To be fair, there was a lot of bloatware on this machine, but...
No game should be 36 or 40 gigabytes of download. That's too much.
Yeah.
You guys...
They probably had every translation of voice acting in it. That's probably what did it, is what I'm guessing.
That's rough. That's just lazy.
Yeah, I did romance Solus first run because no matter like how many times I have to learn this lesson, you don't romance the mage, okay? Mages will break your heart, right? Okay? Big blonde sword guy. That is husbando. You gotta learn.
Dragon Age has really turned her around.
Yeah.
She dated the mage in the 3 games.
Mage nerds, no. Not Dragon Age.
3 mage nerds, 3 betrayals. And now she's off. She's off the stuff.
Yeah, I'm off the stuff. It's just big blonde sword guys from here on out.
Yep. Strength, loyalty.
All right. We're going to go back to polls now.
All right, peeps. Paul's a Morgan romancer. You know, she's a tough broad.
She's also a traitor, a mage traitor. Don't romance the mage. But don't do what I did.
At least she's a tough broad, and she kind of... she's not truthful. She's not
truthful at all.
No, so there's traitorousness.
She's probably a good lay though.
She's got that experience.
Yeah. Does she? She lived in a swamp with her mom forever.
She probably
She
like
probably like went into like a village and was like, "Oh, I took the form of your girlfriend."
yeah, all those succubi of all the legends. That was just her. That was just Morgan every time.
Yeah.
Morgan's like that time of the month. She's a little extra thirsty. She's like, time to go find.
She's ovulating, so she's on the prowl.
Gotta go find just some stable boy, you know.
All right. If it was a stable boy, it wouldn't be a mage. See what I did there? All right.
Morgan is a beach. Excuse Alistair. And a discussion.
All right.
All right. So now we're gonna go over to our polls. Let's see what we've got.
Which are in Discord, and I'm gonna put them up on the screen here. But I'm gonna put our faces over here now.
All right. Faces are moving. Should we go from the top? Because now we've got like a few new people here.
Right here. Yeah, sure. You can read them.
All right, so we've got what is the coyote's true name, and I have not even voted on that, so I'm going to vote. We've got Jack, Sandy, Kai, or Puck, and the clear
I'm
winner.
gonna vote for Sandy.
Yep. So in case if anyone's, I'm trying to think, can I make a link to this? Copy link. Anyone?
The invite to this Discord is in the video link on YouTube.
And I will just post this in chat in case if someone needs a quick link to it. So this one, I know we've got a few other miscellaneous fans, but I think we all knew this one was going to go this way. It's Sandy.
Yep.
Speaking of little canines, we've got
in a landslide victory that absolutely everyone saw coming. The coyote's true name, once and for all, is Kai. And I'm kicking my dog so she'll wake up. Well, I'm nudging her with my foot. Don't call animal abuse line.
Wait, you just said Kai.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sandy.
My jaw dropped. I was like, this is the shocker of the day.
Oh my God, well, political correction.
That almost like stopped my heart for a second.
Oh
there.
God, we should take you to the doctor if that's all it takes. Hey, stop!
Hold on, we've got our own.
I had to wake up my dog.
We have our own canine freak.
Zoe, shut up! Hey. Ugh. You squeegee.
All right, now we're gonna have a third member of the team on camera for a minute. Yes. Yeah. Excuse me, ma'am. I know. When I heard that, my brain I had like an.
I was trying to nudge this dog under the table, so I wasn't really paying attention to what I was saying because she needs having a really loud dream.
Dreaming about
being a better dog.
Being a better dog. All right, so the next one that I'll read off. What is your favorite added at the last minute feature? Hugging Shane on demand, bringing the coyote to the homestead, or the bee boxes? So we've got one sweet vote, and one is all it needs to take it. So this is going to be Hugging Shane on demand. Yep. Some of these we definitely added, a little bit in response to feedback we got from players, from social media, from just general like feedback and responsiveness. So
yeah, Beagle's name is Zoe. She came with that name, and we thought she was too stupid to rename. She'd be confused.
Hi, Cora. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Cora. How's it going? Good to see you.
We're
voting on the truth.
We're voting on truths.
On truths.
Welcome to the...
You better jump in there and put in your vote for Sandy, who already won the coyote name contest.
Maybe you should bring Zoe back up here.
Okay. She didn't really want to sit on me, but...
Well, I don't want to look at her face sometimes.
Come here, Stinky. Fan service.
Hey everyone, this is Zoe. She
sucks. Just kidding, I love her.
She's so lovable and so disobedient, and she just doesn't know anything. She's so dumb. Mwah. We are good, Cora. It's been a fun couple hours. We did some streaming. We did some edgy fan theory.
They made us do sexy voices for Shane.
Yeah, we had to do sexy voices. Yep, mine was a knockoff 90s anime guy, so that was good.
Mine was the female porn star.
Her ears are soft.
They are. They're very soft and
Yep.
very large. They're like the size of her whole head. Sometimes I put them in her mouth when we're playing.
Yeah, we hassle her a lot. She's very agreeable, you know. She's very sweet and loving. She always wants to be with us. She tolerates a lot of hassling, you know. That's how she plays, and
Yeah.
she's look at her. She's just like curled up.
Because she was asleep. She's usually not this cuddly.
But she's a rascal, and she's got her own agenda, you know. Whatever you're
She's got her
thinking,
own plans.
whatever you think she should be doing, she's thinking of something else.
So what we did was we took two extremely stubborn humans and said, "Oh, let's put them in one household." And then we're like, "You know what this is missing? Two extremely stubborn dogs." And so we added those too, and so it works really well.
We have a beagle and a corgi, and they are just a couple
Just
of
stubborn.
rascally bastards, the whole lot of them.
All right. So what's the next poll?
So the next one is, who's the most interesting side character? And I love her desperately. Please add her to the game. So without going into a whole long story, Playable Shane, we're thinking he's going to be able to get a dog.
Yeah, like Anya can befriend animals and he could buy like a dog and a cat is our rough plan.
So I did say, oh, like what kind of dog would it be? Would it be a beagle? And
It would have to be like a herding, but I don't think they'd have beagles out there.
Yeah,
it would have
we're
to be like
thinking
a collie or something.
it would have to maybe be like a little more practical, but you know, this creature is not practical for much of anything.
Except for scent, following scents.
Yep. She can track anything, you know. Alright. This is a little bit gross, but it's in line with Veil of Dust. I'm going to do a really quick story. This is, I think, an appropriate moment. Really quick story. We let her off leash once. This is going to be a little story about how good a beagle's sense of smell is. So when we first got her, she was like really rascally, and we've always said like, oh, if we took her off leash, she would just run. Like she would just follow a scent, and she would just run. So we always keep her on leash. Don't want her to get chasing after some dog, getting in trouble.
She also is aggro to other dogs that aren't her brother dog.
Yeah. So one day this is after we had her for a year or two. We were at the Oregon coast. It was early on a weekend, and it was like a cool, misty morning. And we were there. You could look to the left and to the right. You could probably see for a mile in both directions. This was kind of winter time. It was early morning. There was not one person for miles. Literally, there was nothing but sand and rocks and water. And so I thought, okay, if there's any time we're going to try to do off leash, this is it. She cannot possibly get into trouble. So we said, well, okay, let's give it a try. Took the leash off her. In about 3 seconds, she bolts. She makes a beeline, and she's just running north at top speed. And I had on like a backpack of some kind. I was carrying some stuff. I'm a bipedal, and I'm running through sand with like carrying a heavy pack. I'm not making good traction. This is not my terrain.
This is not related to Veil of Dust, but continue.
She's got 4 legs. She's going really fast on the sand. She's making amazing tracks. Yes, this is a tangent. I'll make it quick. I chased her down for like 10 minutes. She probably ran like half a mile. And I finally catch up to her. And she is digging at the sand. And I finally get her. And she has dug up a half-buried seal carcass.
Yeah, she smelled it from like half a mile away.
She smelled it from half a mile away. And I had to like pull her away from it. And so that is an example of the one good thing of her strongest.
She's just a nose on legs.
She's just a nose on legs. And so she made a beeline for that, and she could smell it from that far. And that's basically a freaking superpower. So I give her points for that. But otherwise,
Right.
All right, that's the story about our dog.
People with dogs are the worst, aren't they? They just talk about their dogs. Anyway.
There were questions about her, so okay. All right, so who is the most interesting side character? Poll. So we've got Monty, Prince Torin, Laughing Crow, Dr. Wagner, and Sandy. And
Currently, Sandy has the only vote. So if you disagree, just get in there and make your voice heard through the power of democracy.
The power of democracy.
Oh, and I should put this music back on because there's no music happening.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite background song from Veil of Dust that you'd like me to put on? I could put on the bees buzzing on the
Bees background music.
elk screams. No. I'm just gonna put the that romance one back on. Min played that and like identified the song like that because she knows about classic music. But
Yeah, it's a known. What is it?
I got it off like a website that has classical music that they have performances versions of for free for public domain.
The more you know. I didn't do that one. Plays of Kevin MacLeod.
I don't think I can because copyright, but
Yeah, there's copyright issues.
okay. Next up, Sandy wins again.
We've got a couple of votes for Lon, but Sandy.
No, the most interesting side character.
Oh, the side character. Yes.
Although I would argue that you people are not even considering him a side character and perhaps is the main character.
Edgy fan theory. What if
Sandy's the main character?
Sandy's the main character and you're just playing
Yeah.
a couple of background characters?
Yep. Alright, the true best boy. And Sandy wins that as well.
Wow, I didn't think Sandy was going to just take this one so easily.
Clean house. Alright, next poll, which isn't in there yet.
So
Mike will add it.
I wonder if we should have even bothered adding romance to the game. This could have been just like a dog
Coyote Simulator.
coyote simulator.
What was the best Shane Anya moment?
Okay, I've got this here. Give me a
He's
second.
posting the poll right now. Alright.
All right, so what was the best Shane Anya moment?
You missed it.
Oh, hang on. Gotta fix this. Mess something up there. Give me a second.
It's at the bottom.
Oh, I see what I did. Okay, give me.
Take that out.
Oh, yeah.
That's what caused it. And then you
Oh,
can
I
just paste it.
see.
Yeah, it's because the
Yeah, the quotes. I see.
I would say just like post them all and then we could just talk about them one by one.
I will do that.
Yeah.
Okay, slash poll. Blammo. Okay.
So we're just gonna post them all and just talk about them one by one, so you can just pop in there and go.
Alright, so Anya threatening to kiss Shane. Their conversation in the doctor's office. Shane's terrible bee puns. It also has one of my favorite. Actually, I'm gonna vote for that one.
This one.
I thought about voting for Lon and make it 4-4, but I voted Sandy. Poppers must be voted for, even Wild Boys. Shouldn't have put Sandy in there if you didn't want him to win.
You know what? I wasn't gonna put Sandy in there, but somebody had a last minute submission about why he was best boy.
That's
so
right. That's
You
right.
done ruined my contest.
That's what happens when you open it up.
Okay.
Sand and Hamlet are actually ring crystals. Yeah, that's a fan theory. I like it.
All right. So we have one vote for Shane's terrible bee puns, and we have 2 votes for just their general banter.
They're
All
all
right. Next up.
me. All right, next one. What would Shane's major be if he was a modern university student?
This one has a write-in as well. I want to vote too.
You should vote.
Oh, you didn't put fantasy house construction. That's not a real major, man.
Oh, you had crossed it off, ma'am. I thought
Yeah.
I thought you were like joking about it.
Unless you can major in that. Personally.
I don't know all the curriculum where you are, but
Yeah, I don't know about educational systems anywhere other than where I went to school.
I truly would have added it, but it had a strike through, so I thought that was just like a little joke. I didn't know what you wanted that added in.
I think some people are voting in the add the poll section. Go to the current poll if you want to be included. If you want your vote to be included there. All right, so Shane is a city planner, civil engineer now. Thanks, overachiever kid.
I think it works. I think that would be a good one for him.
All right, next up. Which is the worst / best tagline for Veil of Dust?
Yeah, we had fun coming up with some of these.
Oh no, we're having an even split.
We're gonna need some tiebreakers.
Oh no, that doesn't help. It's all across the board.
Wow. I guess
We need
they're
a
all. I
tiebreaker.
guess they're all good ones.
I like multiples, but I'm just gonna vote for one.
The desert is a metaphor, you guys.
Yes, that's good marketing copy. I don't know if you know that. I'm a professional marketer.
An absolute guru.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Some things don't have to have a big conclusion. That was pretty much an even
Let me
split.
just get one more in there, and then we would have a winner. My friend's texting me. Maybe he'll text in a vote because he can't vote in there apparently.
Cupcake Core, I see you
Oh,
typing.
she's coming. Okay, Cora, you have to save us from this chaos. No, she stopped typing.
Ma'am, I can see that you brought a few people in here, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know. It's just chaos then, guys. What if the last vote was B?
Then I don't know. We have to just call it.
Then chaos reigns supreme and this universe is done for.
This universe is done for.
There must be order. I already voted. Oh. Alright. Well, we have a loser, which is a game about starving, but not that other game about starving. So
Yeah.
all the other ones are winners.
The 4 out of 5 are winners. That's pretty good. All right, this one I've got opinions on this one. Based on nothing but one cutscene, who is the best romance for Shane? Clara, Nina, Sylvia, or Mim? I'm gonna wait to see a couple of votes come in for this one. B would have been my vote. Well, democracy is a fickle thing sometimes.
I don't know. I don't know if your boys are backing you up there, man.
Yeah, I'm starting to...
I'm only seeing one vote.
I'm only seeing one vote, and it makes me wonder, are people feeling intimidated, like that if they don't vote for you, will there be repercussions?
Well, Cora, you can make a fast ally today and just vote for Mim. Yep, that's what she's saying. They're in Chapter 5, so if you have not played to Chapter 5, you don't know who they are. You don't know who Mim is, though. Mim. Alright, another vote for Mim. I'm going to enter that in for...
She's not scared of me. So, Cora, when you finish the game, when you get through all the way through Chapter 5, you'll meet some new NPC characters, and some of them they're sort of teasers for romance options for Shane.
Well, yeah, they all pop into the main... All of the romance candidates pop into the storyline for a bit. So they're briefly introed.
Yeah.
A little taste of them.
Yeah, little teaser. So
you can only vote once, Kim.
Well,
all right.
These are the votes are coming in, and
moving on. The clear winner is Mim.
Mim has won it. I mean, Mrs. Callahan herself.
For those who are not on the Discord, she has changed her server name to Mrs. Callahan, so she's committed.
I mean, that is commitment that I can get behind. You know, I'm a married man myself, and
yeah.
You know, I think being dedicated to someone is a wonderful thing. So, I think Shane is very, very lucky to have you in his life, Mim.
All right. Next questions are for features.
Yeah, so listen up, y'all. We for real, we want to hear everything that you've got to say about this, because
Yeah, and you can vote for more than one on the features if you want.
Yeah, for these next ones, these are vote for as many as you like. So these are...
But like, do ones that you actually are interested in, not just all of them. Like, oh, that would be nice. Just like things that you are excited about them.
Yeah. So this is going to come in sort of a series of... There's going to be 3 upcoming questions. Like, what is appealing to you? Small and medium and large features. So we'll put up the poll for the first one. A couple of small features that we're kicking around. What of these, which ones are most important to you? All right, I see some action here. I like it. Ooh.
Wow.
This is good. This is what we want to hear this information, because we want to know what we should prioritize.
All right, let's
Cora says, give Shane a blanket.
Yeah. I think people are going to start to think that I have, like, something against Shane. I don't, because, like, you know, he's sort of like me. Like, there are aspects of me that went to Shane and aspects of me that went to Anya. And sometimes I'm grumpy.
Yeah, that Shane face is pretty much... So we've got 1 vote for adding the house colors, 2 for more farming, crops, and recipes, and 2 for upgrading Shane's bedding. Give Shane a blanket! Yep, I mean, alright. I mean, we're going to be, for real, like, screenshotting these, and
yeah.
So
do the next one.
Not a ton of input, but we want to keep it coming. Next one is coming up. Medium features. All right, hang on a second. Yeah, finally got my ass organized and put these just ready to paste in here.
Just your ass, though, not the rest of you.
The rest of me is a mess. Interior house decorations. More wilderness areas to explore. Weather and seasons. And the votes are coming in.
Somebody unvoted.
Whoa, someone changed their vote.
Ooh.
We're watching you. I don't know who it was.
Somebody who's played Don't Starve, I bet.
Paint the house beat pink. Oh man.
Just beat it.
Oh, we had someone like revoke their own vote.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. Large features.
Looks like not as much hardcore interest for those. Okay, I think
You can still vote on these later if you want.
yeah. Now these are all right. Which of these large features are really appealing to you? Stock animals, more household.
Stock animals meaning sheep and cows and stuff like that.
More household and post-marriage content, skill trees, third hardcore difficulty setting, customizable homestead layout. So the ability to, for instance, like move things around in the homestead and kind of like customize how that all looks.
Mim says, I feel like weather seasons would be nice and give the kind of idea of time passing, but it'd be a lot of work for less payoff potentially.
That's good insight. Yeah, when I think about the weather and seasons, I definitely think about how they would play a role in more of the like survival part of the game, where some seasons would have different weather effects, like different heat or snow coming in and like stuff like that. A lot of cool ideas, but you are right. It probably would be more work to get that in there. So something I'm excited about, but the feasibility. How much is the payoff? That's a good.
Yeah, always something to balance.
Yeah, we always have to balance that. So we got some good votes coming in here. We've got.
So I really wanted to get stock animals in the early access version, but we just like ran out of time. So
we got 2 votes for stock animals. 1 for more household and post-marriage content. 1 for skill trees. And then customizable homestead layout. Third hardcore difficulty setting. Let's see. Mim also says then you have to implement seasonal crops, temperature issues, stuff being less visible in other seasons, and so on. Yeah, it would be a lot. Even if we just, pretty much cracking that open would be a lot of work, and it would not be just visuals. It would affect game mechanics and everything else.
Cool. So those are our polls, and so we're going to do our key giveaway, and then I guess we're going to stream a little more if people are interested in that, and that is Ask Me Anything as well. So if you want to get into the key giveaway, then you should enter. And if we don't have more than 3 people, then those people just get them. Because we have 3 to give away.
I'm looking for that.
What?
I want to make sure that I can link.
Or you could just say in the chat too, if you can't figure out how to get into Discord. You could say in the chat. Also, if you already have a copy, you can get a key for a friend and gift it. Because a lot of you probably already have keys.
I wanted to get a link to this. Let's see. Alright, I'm pasting a link. Oh, I didn't see some of these comments in here. Gotta be business management if you see.
A gigolo and a stripper are not the same thing. Demoness Athena, or whatever your name are. Although maybe business management could work for both.
Business management, when everyone's a business manager.
Everyone has an MBA. Oh, what? That's not what I wanted to open. Alright, well, is there anyone in the chat?
God, how many people in here?
Okay, we don't need to spin the wheel then.
Six watching now. Alright, well, it looks like...
Alright, looks like we now have to spin the wheel. And we'll just be giving the keys away. Cool. So we're going to go back to streaming. Do you want to start?
So, we should give a congratulations. Demoness Althea and Mrs. Callahan each get a key to give away. Thanks for supporting us. You're up.
Oh.
Hold it.
Uh-oh. Last minute contender. Yeah, just give it to Demoness Althea. Okay. Got it.
All right. Well, just to you know, to everyone who's watching the stream and everyone who's on Discord, it's your support is really important to me and Elle, and to us. It's, you know, this has been a big project for us, and just knowing that there are other people out there who are, like, you know, enjoying what we're doing means a lot, because sometimes it can feel like you're just kind of making something and putting tremendous amount of work.
Go into the void.
Yeah, just, oh, I spent 5,000 hours of my life and no one played it. Like, that would suck. So,
yeah.
Really, really appreciate all of you watching this.
Yeah, especially the people in Discord have been really, like, encouraging and all that. Like, it's been, because, like, especially when we didn't have anything to play, like, really, like, even when we had the demo to play, but we didn't have anything beyond that, it was, like, kind of like, oh, this takes forever. Like, turns out game dev is really hard and complicated and long and, like, so.
And we both know how to do software, but sometimes, you know, like, things take time to not have bugs, to plan properly. I mean, I'm really glad with what we put together, but, you know, it takes a long time.
Yeah, sure does.
And sometimes you read sad stories of, like, people, oh, I spent 5 years of my life building this game, and, like, you know, no one plays it.
Well, or the worst thing is, like, when they're like, I quit my job and mortgaged my house to make a game. I'm like, don't do that. Do you know how many indie games come out? Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But, like, we didn't do that. Don't worry, we're fine. Yeah. We got hearts from Cora. Thanks, Cora. Heart right back at you. This was really a passion project, and it is so clear for me to see. Thanks. Yes, it is. It's I think indie games are. I'm gonna just like go on a little philosophical for a second, but I think indie games are like a space where experimental games and like mechanics and games, and like we can expand genres in a way that like you can't do with a AAA game, because like, you know, Mike and I can make a game like in our free time, and like it could be whatever we want because we're not paying anyone, and like the only people whose time we're wasting is ours. So like if we make a gamble that like, oh, people will want a more adult farm sim, maybe they don't, but we can make that gamble because we're not paying people. So I think indie games are you know, a great space for that, and I think people who support people who are making indie games are also really great.
That means all of you.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna stream some more. Do you wanna start?
Yeah, I can start.
Sexy voice Shane.
Sexy voice Shane. I need to get like some big sunglasses.
I have big sunglasses. I have a big head.
Should I wear them?
No. You can wear that creepy mask I have over there.
You didn't even put your horns on.
I didn't put the horns on because the glue isn't dry, but I can show them.
All right, yeah. Why don't you? I won't start anything yet.
No, move over there. Move over there. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna put them on. Yeah, that'll be fun. You can start streaming. You can come in as a surprise.
Okay, so I gotta turn this off. Think we should be all set. So I'll just monologue for a second here. I'm not surprised that no one else voted for the hardcore mode. That's something I'm very interested in because I like challenging games. I'm surprised no one talked about the desire to customize the homestead because I would have guessed that would have been a pretty high demand one. So it's good to know that we should not make that a top priority. And now you can see Elle's super cool horns that she made herself because she's just a badass like that.
Yep. That's it.
Nothing else to say about that?
I made them with aluminum cans and modeling clay, and they're a little crooked. So normally I would hide the band completely by like doing a bobby pin like this, but I don't want to, so I'm not going to wear them that long. Also, I have really long hair. I don't know if you guys knew that.
How cool is that? So now I can sing for Shane's part, but I also have to sing doing his sexy 90s anime voice.
No, just sing like Seamus Kennedy. Now that's a guy with a sexy voice. It's not sexy physically, though, sadly.
But now I'm returning with Golden Great Store, and never will I play the Wild Rover no more, and it's no, nay, never. Ride up your kilt. No, nay, never, no more.
Your kilt.
Will I play the Wild Rover?
Kilt.
No, never, no more. Father would have a heart attack if he heard you doing this. I'll just say it normal.
Yeah, just go.
You guys have heard enough of the sexy Shane voice. Father would have a heart attack if he heard you doing the Scottish callbacks. Should I choose fan input? I can sing whatever callbacks I want. I'm an American, or I don't remember the Irish callbacks. Did you mean to elbow me?
No, I did it on accident because I was adjusting my horns.
Secret message?
No, because I keep doing them the opposite way of the way that would correct them because I'm looking at myself in the camera.
Ah, the old switcheroo.
Cool horns. Thanks. I made them with soup cans and modeling clay and spray paint.
Alright, I'm just going to pick this. Okay. I can see whatever callbacks I want. I'm an American. Tell that to the Yanks trying to pronounce your name.
That's all you that didn't know how to pronounce the name. It's kind of a meta joke because I'm really funny.
We need one for Butte.
Yeah.
But last time it's Anya. On. As in getting on my nerves. Hey. Alright, Broseph. Shane, what do you think Mother would say if she knew we'd gone to a fairy palace? I probably wouldn't be able to hear her over the sound of Father demanding to know how I'd let you get into that situation in the first place. Oh yeah, probably. So you think that Fey Man, Prince Lon, do you think maybe he could tell me more about my powers? Maybe I can control those monsters, the Guardians. You know, get them to leave us alone. That is absolutely out of the question. Oh, why? Anya, he's a fairy. We're almost obliged as Irishmen to be wary of them. Did the hours and hours of stories our mother told us not clue you into the fact that they routinely trick and mislead humans? Also, the last thing we need is to get mixed up with some royal court we know nothing about, one that clearly isn't happy with humans hanging around. Maybe only the Irish fairies are tricksters. He seems really nice. Even if he himself were totally harmless, he didn't even seem entirely certain that there isn't a faction in there that would kill us for fun. He said not to worry about that. Anya, no. There's the grumpy face.
Oh, honey, you're you need to adjust. We're in front of the screen.
Oh wow, check that out.
Here, let me.
Here, I can do it.
Okay. Yeah, you just have to make us in the corner.
Sorry, mates. Thanks for noticing.
Yep.
You were all getting a really good close-up of not having any idea what was playing in the game. Yes, and I don't get involved with them because of our situation. And even if I did, it would be far less risky than flirting with a man that's not even human. Don't you think you're being a little too suspicious? Why would a prince want to mess with a couple of...
Let the chat pick which one.
Chat, which one should I pick?
Just, it's like 5 seconds behind. You have to wait.
Yep, I have to wait.
They can admire my horns. What are they doing? I made these before I made Veil of Dust. I just like horned people as a concept.
Yeah, she's super crafty.
Yep. See them? They're so cool. Yeah. Yeah. Mim says 2.
Well, I talk to things that aren't but humans all the time. Yeah, but this isn't some little owl or fox. These fairies have a whole, country. You saw that palace. They're capable of a lot more than your little animal friends, Anya. Okay, I get your point already. Hug it out, bro. Oof.
I also like to make them hug whenever they have a conflict.
Help me water the crops. Come on, buddy. And now go gather building materials. Get to work, kiddo.
That's where you're wrong, kid.
I'm gonna go flirt.
Yeah. What else would you do? Aren't you going towards me?
I'm gonna go flirt with Elise.
Oh. Elise's story is really nice, you guys. It's got one of my favorite moments in it.
Message to Queen. Message to Queen. 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 Also, I need some rocks. Oh yeah, gotta get some flowers. Better leave this tent alone. Thanks to Gina Tonic. I don't think she's on this stream right now, but thanks to Gina Tonic in the Discord for letting us know that it was possible to just walk over the water.
So there's this thing called Get History where you can go and see like the changes on a file. And for this area, we went back and looked at the history, and it seems like we just completely forgot to add the thing that makes it so you can't walk into the water in here. So
usually we look something up and like, oh,
oh, it got changed, or oh, something got messed up with the file.
It used to work, but this time we just never added it.
Complete oversight.
But that's why we've got amazing fans to help us out. Catch the little things. More bees. I missed a bee swarm that I was trying to... Alright. I like how I can just stand there for a second, like... Hello. Your song is so beautiful.
So, Mim, do you like Elise because she's a singer too?
Me? Yeah, you. I'm Anya Callahan. What's your name? You can see me? Yeah. How? I must look monstrous. No, not at all. You're very beautiful. I'm blue. Blue is one of my favorite colors.
Awkward bisexuals. The game.
Anya has Anya flirting 100. Yeah. So, what are your other favorite colors?
No freckles. Sorry, Elise.
All of them, but blue is my most favorite.
What voice part does she have? Like what type of singer, like in the choir, like baritone or soprano or whatever? Is that what that means? I was in choir, I don't even know what that means.
I haven't had a conversation in a long time. I feel like this is going poorly. That's like 2022 level introspection. Is it? I think it's going okay. Oh? See, you smiled. We're having fun. Hee hee. Are you a water nymph? Yeah, I'm a water nymph. What's your name? Elise Bankston. Huh. Never heard of a nymph with a name like that. It's usually something like Pebble. Pebble? Yeah, something weird and naturey like that. Hee hee. So why haven't you talked to the other nymphs in a long time? They, think I'm weird. Oh, Well, people think I'm weird too, so you can just talk to me from now on. Oh, yeah, sure.
Mim says that her choir part thing will strongly influence her opinion of her. I don't know. Alto? I'm an alto.
Here's a question. What would please you the most?
I don't know. I don't know. It depends on who we get to like actually do her voice acting because she doesn't really have any right now. It's just my voice like put down like by a couple octaves, lowered by a few octaves. Yeah.
If I didn't know any better, I think this is some kind of gesture. Of course, we can talk for a while. Maybe you could even sing if you felt like it. Oh, well, yeah, I could do that if you want. Flirting intensifies. So those are just...
Oh, we got 2 new YouTube subscribers. That's fun.
Thanks for joining us.
We don't really like cultivate the YouTube channel very much, but it is fun when we get somebody to add us.
And if we get to 100, we get a custom URL, so that'll be a fun milestone.
And then we could do polls in YouTube.
Yeah, so that'll make our lives a lot easier. So if anyone else is watching this and you'd like to subscribe to us...
Yeah. What he said, subscribe, like and subscribe. But like, I don't put that much effort into it because I already have too much to do. But
Well, I gotta go. Lots to do today. All right, of course. See you later, Elise. You beautiful water lady. Let me see my flirt levels. Oh, yeah.
dude, barely got your flirt on.
Well, you know what? I just met him today, so gotta start somewhere. There's a time that I didn't even know you.
That's right.
Think about that. Oh, freaking rabbit. Don't even have to talk to Hamlet. Got my own tracking.
Hamlet is canceled.
Oh, canceled? Fucking what? Hamlet's not canceled. Hamlet has the power to cancel us.
Oh no. Permanently. With her talons.
This is gonna be tough. Come on, you freaking rabbit. Oof. Oof. Yeah. That's right. Heard you away from the... Ooh. Got it. Oh, it's getting intense. 8 stamina. Oh, yeah, treasure rock.
What's that?
There's another...
Internet points for anyone who can guess how I made the pixie sound.
What's the exchange rate for internet points these days?
You get 10 internet points and you get 1 digital high five.
1 rock.
He doesn't even deserve a hug today for that performance.
10 stone and 5 lime. Oh, okay. I have enough stone. I just need to make another lime. Time to go crack some rocks.
I did not go in. It was actually a recording of a toddler making noises, and then I heavily stretched it and distorted it. But it was not me.
Fireplace. Freaking chimney. Go plant some black eyes. Oh, it's nice and it's dark. Oof. I'm out of stamina. What am I even doing? Alright, Shane, let's go to sleep. It's the middle of the freaking night.
Freaking night.
Oof, slept 5 hours. That's about as much as I sleep these days. No, I sleep a little more
That's
than
not
that.
true.
I sleep 6.5. Alright, so let's see. Bone broth. Boiled meat. I rarely make them, not really so much a potato guy, but the meat stew is really, you gotta get potatoes for that. I'll just do boiled meats for now. 21, alright. Oh, yeah, I gotta get some jam. Alright, Shane, hope you're hungry.
I like when you just feed Shane like 10 bowls of jam.
Let's see. Bone broth, because I need health. Where's the boiled meat? There it is. And I'll top it off with a couple of jams. Alright, Shane. Hope you're hungry. That's good. Now...
Shane's always hungry. He's a big guy.
Anya, do you think we can do anything with those rinds from yesterday? I suppose we can stew them, but they're so bitter. I don't think we're that hungry at the moment. Let's just leave them out for the crows.
Here comes one of those things.
I guess you could say the taste is for the birds. For the birds, Anya? I heard you. I was just waiting for the rest of the joke. Maybe it gets funnier? Oh, come on, sis. I'm the funniest person for miles. Where else are you going to get this kind of quality entertainment? You know, unless a particularly interesting tumbleweed happens by. Good point. Okay, maybe it was a little funny. Desperate times call for barrel scraping jokes. Alright, let's see. What if I want to make a bee box? 5 logs.
Maybe if you would give that boy a blanket, maybe if he wasn't so cold at night, he wouldn't eat so much. Yeah, he's spending a lot of calories shivering.
That's a good point.
Poor Shane.
Yep. I even have a blanket for him right now. I mean, I have a spare blanket, but can't.
That you're selfishly just keeping in your pockets.
Oh, hey, Shane. Can you go and sell this?
Hey, can you sell this blanket?
For like 3
This
cents.
warm blanket. I don't need another one. It would make me too warm to have 2 blankets.
Give her a flower. Let's chat. Yeah, most streams, it's tough because, most streams you can only get through like a certain part of the very beginning, so don't usually end up getting to the really good new stuff.
Well, also I don't want to like spoil too much of it because I want people to experience it by playing it, not with us goofing around like reading it.
That's true. That's true. Hello, Ms. Callahan. Hee hee. What is it? Are all nymphs so formal? I usually use first names of spirits. Why don't you just call me Anya? Okay, I guess you're right, given the circumstances. May I call you Elise? Yes, you may. Elise, do you know any old Irish songs you could sing? No, I'm sorry. Oh. So you must be Irish with that fair skin and a name like Anya. Yes, that's right. No accent, though. I was born in Illinois. My parents were from Ireland. My mother was a really lovely singer and used to sing old Irish songs all the time. And you wanted me to sing some for you? Yes, you see, I'm very bad at singing. I sound like a crow getting strangled. I'm sure it's not that bad. No, it is. My brother must have gotten all of Mom's talents. Sometimes he'll sing me old songs for me, but your voice just sounds so much like my mother's. Where's your mother now? She's dead. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought maybe you came over the trail with your husband and she was back in the States. She is, in a way. She died back in the States. I came here with my father and brother, but my father drowned on the way. He drowned? Yes, in the Snake River. What's wrong? In the Snake River? Do you know it? I know it. Those rapids must be a lot less scary for you, being able to turn into water and just flow along. I'm terrified of water much faster than this myself. I have to go now. Did I do something wrong? No, I'll see you later, okay? Oh, okay. But your hair looks really cute in braids. Oh, that's too much work, though. Learning more about Elise.
Alright, so we're going to wrap up in about 3 minutes here. If you guys want to ask any last minute questions, go ahead and do that now. Barring that, thanks for coming and hanging out on the stream. We really appreciate it. And thanks for, as we said earlier, thanks for supporting Veil of Dust, and, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, and we're going to be taking the input from some of those polls in terms of like what people are looking for, what is most interesting to all of you. So we're going to be taking that information and letting those make some, inform some of our decisions coming up as we plan out for post early access, content and features.
And also thanks for everyone who submitted a Best Boy description. That was really fun to get them and really fun to read them.
Yeah. It was a surprise, dark horse entry, but Sandy just took the cake.
He just snuck in and just stole the election.
As for me, I want some jam sandwiches, so I'm gonna have Shane do the work. Oh yeah, time to make some flour and some bread.
Sweet barley bread.
Jam sandwiches, the pinnacle of cuisine. Look at that. Sweet morale. 5 health. Man. Living large.
Living the beat up bread.
Breadla?
Yeah, I got some blueberry bushes growing. They haven't given me any berries yet.
76 stamina. Living the easy life. Huh? Did you say something? What are you thinking about? Oh, nothing. My mind was just wandering. Sometimes I think if I was a better sister, you wouldn't be so sad all the time. Women are supposed to be good at making people feel better, but I never know what to do. Anya, what are you talking about? I'm not sad. We finally have everything running more or less smoothly. Oh, come on. I'm not. Anya, come on. Out of all the sisters I have, I would definitely rank you in the top 3. Hey. Even though you're kind of a bird brain. Well, you need to wash, Smelly. Wait, really? This is Sandy all over again. Hee. I don't have time to be sad. I have a homestead to run. I don't see why you can't do both.
Alright,
So we're gonna wrap up.
Wrap it up, guys. Like I said, thanks for coming. If you enjoy Veil of Dust and you know somebody who you think would enjoy it, we'd really appreciate you letting them know about it. And yeah, thanks so much. Bye.
Had a lot of fun. Thanks, everyone.